ka. And the Mr. Mom, good evening, Bioni Aquaba, Jasu Jumediano, all the way from Ship House, Abeka Junction. Okay, 101.7 FM. So, Enna, Vim Lady, me way, now you're broadcasting so across several networks. Your High Life Radio of Virginia, your Kiss Jersey Radio, so live at this time, New Jersey, or live or Europe, so NASPA Radio, any Adafo Media or London. And after France in Belgium. Now, Tiama, good evening, Aquaba, your Ghana, so another branch be so apeke live cooking to me for so etemeka. Some good evening. We're still on the Ghana agenda and the Ghana issues are a Monday, any Wednesday, be no, any or hand say YouTube, so benya a live so of Vim Lady online. YouTube, Vim Lady online, YouTube. Nene, Philip Toku, Ebesan Babium, Yera Dumata, so MPP chairman, UK, or not so bad joining here. Yera Kingston, Japan, Dumata, so bad joining here. We'll find out, but and that is the big question that we're asking. Whether NDC are buying President Mahama not buying, they are under pressure. Because if you ask me officially, President Mahama buying, they are now afena honeymoon nichum. Honeymoon achekra honeymoon nichum. Until now, the government is feeling the brunt of campaign a course. So say ye papa, say ye papa, and there ye to a baby, wow, to my buy one to my buy is material. And for because the automa buy one to ama baby our buying a hono a buying the obia taxes and a year juma until one to ama okra and pedodo and taxes just any taxes ground your taxes cry the facts any panic citizen of Ghana nipano and our betina akonyano esunti we are accountable. That's the social contract between our buying until NDC are buying this galamsey issue then now ye name say it's a no-go area because obviously our buying is feeling the brunt of galamsey and they are digital makula go here NDT lawyer. Or say Ghana last 20 ye imported a show 11 million. Where credit he sounded like a broken record because I've been telling you about garlic. Ye imported ensure ye imported and nam ye imported simple things anything ye imported. 2022 Ghana imported more over 3 billion here combo or IMF the World Bank no ye imported more near than says can IMF the World Bank including prior ye imported by Ghana enti and I make a change this year say this year buying President Mahama one you focused now who did Japan no money adiechi now mo ye divestment taxes ma wa buy was so ye bench no because even clearly as same way digital macro can shows that NDC were Juma Kessier, what job? Juma Kessier NDC why and say they should focus on the big push, focus on the 24-hour economy. And these things are not alien. Where are the NDC and Kassa Asha home boss obey? Adia ebe boa Ghana buying. Adia on mine big push, you be creative jobs and man ranty and my benye Dumaye. 24-hour economy be creative jobs and my uncofwaye any Duma. It is about when focusing on this. Na se odi jakpa mochi o yankwachi first Govt na hwene more than 70 lawyers agile productive work omo ye o court omo ye o judiciary omo nyina ba besen wo CID ye nyina so jakpa o Govt everybody know this case enkosiaga political cases typically and more amoya amo de omo person mu di atem ya you so adjective go and Google the meaning of the adjective. Over the last 20-30 years, at least over the last time since I made my journalist, political cases and shut down baby. We jama President Rollins there at the time. Yera Kwan Pepra, Victor Selo Menumini idea, any including Yera Chatukata or legal luminary wabbing. One more time, case in the case of quality grain issue, no, a court a jailing conforno. Case in anyway a political case so called the typical political case to me kwame a prosecutor me edi obi akotume go siaga because who you chachukata the any flu then you come to President Mahama time na buga pele and you know buga pele muta he was just a sacrificial lamb because nipa ji dem omu dis kana nya buga pele nkwa enso buga pele nkwa ne kodem what you say. Political cases typically in Shadan Kosiaga. Oh, send and Ubayana Weako. And clearly, Jakpa, any attorney general case is a political matter. Because Jakpa, I don't even know why he's wasting time. This is a case that went to court. Judge Nekra agreed with you discharge yera atofo say ne wo japa nyina. Enti whether is a Govt at the time or should that manipulate evidence or manufacture evidence, he said you should go and lie, or he lied against you or not. For me, you have even been vindicated by the fact that case no court, case no, it could not stand the test of time, and all of you were discharged. It's Germany court. Now, more President Mahama because what you President Mahama by home. And once my dream, said that I wasn't more aura. I feel the more aura and then Govt bedroom. So what kind of silliness is this? In terms of politics, I think, respectfully, I think it's very silly. It's very silly that more jide aura na ye koji ye sikaba. Sika ye nyebi ye betimi abam ye use the ability of mine. I feel the only a Govt bedroom. Meanwhile, you know part of Govt case want to be winning against him. On what basis? And because they're politically motivated, the police forces investigate what? Because in Govt's position, there are two positions that Govt play: as the Attorney General, as a lawyer, and also as an ordinary person. In which one are Japanese Attorney General? Because the fact that Attorney General is capacity as Attorney General, so your prosecution and trusted prosecution be your baby perfect. In any case, prosecution and Attorney General in his capacity as AGO, and no investigation. They are officers. In fact, Attorney General, or not because of a political appointee, you are not Attorney General, but they are directors of public prosecution. Under them, you have prosecutors, seasoned ones, senior ones, or more. And this all more investigation, the evidence be bred Attorney General. No, no court, no prosecutor. So in where do you, this is exactly the case that Chachukata and the GMPC issuer Omode Sobobo and no bebremo ha mo yenkolanti, you would not probably appreciate this oko Google Chachukata any GMPC case ma edi Chachukata court no. And this was a case that one of the offenses no more level against Chachukata was that were willfully causing financial loss to the state. That was the offense at the time. Willfully, that's a what shada. I'm from and where do you categorize? How do you define willfully? Later on, President Kufoma Chachukata pardon. Chachukata Babo until he sued government of Ghana, AG, or the Ghana court. And you know what the court said? The court said the offense is frivolous. And the offense also enye papa. A criminal way books mukra. And this is what the court said. The court said that the entire say Ghana constitution say boni be a criminal offense. I would be to obisono. It must be prescribed. And was see to me boni kronim. Any diema A B C D E F G kosi Z. A count bomwa ema eye boni. In the case of willfully causing financial loss to the state, there was no definition of willful. It is also in the to say that Chikata the only to Govt de ya. And then Govt ya just obwa pasheda a contract also. Because the Attorney General and its capacity as Attorney General on your investigations, it's in Crawford, directors of public prosecution, any lawyers now want to acquire no magada investigate. In fact, police prosecutorial work in investigation, they do it through the police. And he said, Attorney General acquire the Juma only police for the corner police for the information be brenna. How do you say the person intro? And then you want to hold him personally liable? Personally. Case won't go see Jackpa, my President Mahama focus on the Juma. Say Galamse na aji going. And then do dita macro catch it importing so 11 million. Now mo focus on my Juma big push. Galamse ombe solve it. In fact, President Mahama, I did about 4 years. Say President Mahama and to me and solve it. Sa Galamse issue na sumi and what I say. Obete Kufuado. Na sumi a version because everybody can remember. And 4 years because see President Mahama is in a very peculiar position because on Senasu 8 years. On Senasu 8 years. Now the most a branch Kuma would a brave or so, and a President Mahama and constitution. Canada Kasa will be uncle him. Yem Busan, 70 million children, we are not so can and okay, say President Rollins, one your constitution. Ya one year maybe a Dutch constitution may entrench, and then on the bro for no. Oh, to me, so I can't enquire. Oh, majority crowd or parliament to cross super majority. Oh, to me, ko yi. To me, Tanamo, they'll be outside at your mother said that's your brandy and your class. President Mama, you guys are President Mama or a John. Come on, I'm mobile. You money, yeah. Yes, some constitution, money, simple, sir. said it changing or amending an entrenched clause in the constitution. It's a simple matter. It's something that the president can just wake up or no about the year. And that catch a wona kuma no na catch a president mama nyansa. Wona abetire ni so go change. This is an entrenched clause. And your clause, I just a referendum, yeah, and Sonny Keke, and co change. The president cannot do that. Or they don't change it. It's a mama 4 years. Maybe you are the Recopokuba and Julia de Brabant or better was one man, but 4 years, you know. There's an obligation of President Mama also solving Galamsino. On one account, we see a couple of time, the state of the emergency. Now, they also may state of the emergency. Those are the questions that President Mahama and to me are solved. Yeah, those are the questions that people will be asking him. And that is why, 4 years, President Mahama must not allow Japa. I'm choosing my words very carefully. The president must not allow Japa because Japa need any ballot paper. Need any history books. President Mahama and need what history book. No matter what, or yet they need what history books. So no Japa no quite. No more dada no na and you need aging country manson nonsense. Only aging country manson. When there's a major policy, a priority area, I was the president focusing on big push no way. 24-hour economy no way. Oh, Japa, what teaching coffee now? Boy, President Mahama. I'm going to make 24-hour economy na kaba now. And you're moving very far. You're moving very far. And boy see and you many want to United internet to your romance scam and kaka 1 or 2 jobs didn't carry by next year now line up or you are going to arrest people. Govt. Now who squad the begu 70 lawyers. When trial a case no court, we best spend 100 years. We case lawyers see the technicalities better man so. You bet to me a man so till that kingdom come. 100 years. This is a needless battle. This is a waste of time. Mama President Mahama focus on the here. No, we are here no. Say in the first 3 years, what you mean your 24-hour economy no. That's a time we more. And I know what I say. But for me, if you ask me, sometimes they feel say we are diversionary tactics. Because there 1 week in the next is cost strike. Junior doctors is almost on cost strike. This is a clear diversionary tactics. Who to me are Makoko Fenasande, KT Kokoti, diversionary tactics. There is a major pressing matter before Ghana. Next is cost strike. And next is CBU. Girl back credit and conform online on my contribution on the Akomano. Galam says a major issue. Can I see now NDC that was in opposition that was calling for a state of emergency. NDC that said Nanado went to me and and we all agreed Nanado went to me and now NDC is saying so that be wow President Mahama fighting Galam say biano my pressure. No be ba can a year first say can I see that me former boss can I see MPP now obi all say fighting Galam say no MPP seriously. Guys, sometimes we should grow up, Sam George, Sam George, bro, for elevation. We must elevate ourselves. Yeah, elevate the conversation, no. MPP time, no more Mokasi fighting Galam say no more NDC. By Nadia, almost see fighting Galam say no more MPP for. It doesn't even make sense. How does it make sense? Clear it up for me. How is it even reasonable? It's not even a matter of whether it makes sense or not. Is it even reasonable? Where are some to Asumuana? MPP time no kufuado to on here fighting Galam say no problem. Yankokat will be a opposition. MPP for almost arrogance, which is why they went into opposition. Biane Gabi there, Akojina Bebina, and say he has been in meetings where Ashanti regional MPs were saying, Omo pay major roles, Gabi, Obi Nimna, Gab Tenasi, Monje Mike in Gabi sem. Monje Mike in Gabi sem, Momani Kojonson on Koda. Gabi Asaroche da, come Momani Kojonson na onda. Nya here a microphone here, nya here a microphone here. Samone awo. Nya ke Gabi Asaroche da kwa kenke, samone awo. Hey, Sia Ibrahim Mahama. Onu ni awa abamu no. You see, says Ibrahim Mahama ye boni class obi antumi nka. Why? Because onya kakra kra philanthropy no di bia ye Gabi. Mi hu nipa Gabi ye se wakwakosa ne yare, wakoye we, wakoboa we, wa dabi. Uye bi dia ye hu, ene ma ye hu. Enti there is some kind of resentment towards Gabine, Nencroft, and another to the extent that even people say that another issues on ya because of Mogabimo. Until you are the last person also Kasagabi. You are the last person that you should talk. If I come from event to be a man hide home, don't go. When he inquired to menko, menko. Nanado Bobby and me, I knew Nanado when he was in opposition. Ne vim and the zeal. Papa ni peso yedi ma moga biya na mama Nanado. Anye ni amana no peso yen. To tugu nasum. To tugu papa nasum negatively. To tugu nasum. To tugu nasum. Eka wu wa bemwa. Ni ama bi o echi amu na mo friend dem na mo timi aka. Mon chairman na da pa me da bonten. Na mama ni ade na kotro kan wi a. There you have the audacity to offer microphone who be chirem Ashanti region. Do you know NDC vote omunya wa Ashanti region? Their vote grew by 5%. 5%. What are you talking about? One had the Babashano. Nipa Chrono catch us a member ye bridge interchange wa Ashanti region. Bonidi fa video bra. Fa video bra. And no why crack Canadian channel no. Afak bossy. Okay, Canadian che Gabi Asarachi da ku say masa femodi ye jeme. Kefie femodi someone can hear you be. Femodi keep quiet. Hush up. Or say Gabi Asarachi da ku I never set my eyes on you from 2017 up until 2025 August. When and where was this meeting on Ashanti development? Gabi, come and produce the evidence here. Yedi okahona President Kufuor yedi pa. Yedi advice yedi ma wontie. The foot where the ma wontie akakabin sem jay. Ye say I know who tweet it. Me say me Martina radio so many times Gabi, you are not the information of a minister. Go down compromise the information of that. Stop tweeting. When you tweet it, say who tweeting. And go for more fukura mo ka say do many wo now tweeting say bufu sem sa show mo why be grab ka Ashanti mata kope baby da. Me say me bri ekro. Ye de ani bre. In fact, next time I be fa mic no, obi su ebe si wani so na be talk o Gabi. Obi si ebe si we. Oh man na wo kasa na o mo sori no. E ko bi di na betwe be wo bi a be so kope baby da. Hey, kope baby da. People are upset. Why is the thing that you people did in government is the reason why Baomiane, Brian Champonum, Canada, Japan, they are all struggling. Well, the justification men or more. Any panic or some you encourage the incorrigible. You people are behind it. I just go where we are Ashanti with them. No more catch on, but in another free a doctor say for evidence, bra. Go and bring them. Mr. Monje microphone in free gabism. He should forever shut up. If you could not correct any evil, when offer now the power now, forever hold your peace. You have lost any right to talk about any raging, any other baby crowd. The one gonna for both. So about 40 minutes they come Mahama so you catch no. So nimno madakpa da no. Na se galam say no well focus. No ye na channel ye kwache no. O kwache hwan. O nimno kwa ye kwache no. 4 years so na se galam say President Mahama ntumi ye ho bibi kakra. President Mahama no aso boy be bu no wo kromu na be shock no. Vemu aye be vemu no ebe no wawa. Ebe chen 2015 no. Intimonia study. Somebody had the mandate and you said you could do a better job. Also bet me in fact, your overwhelming vote. Yen diagro, yen jijo biaso. Mo the way a boys na word wo krom no. E come di omunti, e come di omono masoka na no mu di atem. Next time they will go beyond that MDD no. They will go beyond that MDD no. Because there's no justification said eduji kano. 2023 nko Ghana imported insio first me kan na mo se me boa. You was saying it here. Near my imported garlic here the chef for me betumi be imported. Entos imported. Chewing gum you imported $8 million. Wait, $11 million worth of water. $11 million. This one time Russia Ukraine war not somebody. Russia embassy in Ghana. They even came to say this. If the Eduji Tamakro can you knew. And this is the more reason why Eduji must understand. President Mahama must understand. In fact, Sam George must understand that these are the things that are important. And DSTV then you proceed to go ahead and call journalists. Say, hey, so comprehension and GS for Moses. Hey, Sam George, I swear Allah. I swear Allah. You see, I don't know shepherd the mama ensiano. I don't know shepherd the mama ensiano Sam George. There is no way in hell or in heaven. President Mama, no matter the politics, President Mama back to that extent. Now, we are disciples, now we are no. Small boys, no. Mo. Na says I'm George, who to be TV, Esla Usu, me Esla Usu on your may because on us all the problem. Also, two phones are. But Esla Usu, the yes, I say when Cassan George, I'm George, this is about or best Samine, as some I don't know what Samino, as I see what Samine baby. Ekadia Sam George, the best stano. And so Sam George, not TV, so catch you journalists are Okuta almost 20 years of experience on the job. Journalists or chen penny, journalists are wabo brachen, journalists are called a year person, LSC, who call your masters, what's one my men papa say, I ready, Ghana, yeah, betra, you been your problem. You been your problem. Sometimes when you see Koranki to get on online, no be at once, hey, and Koranki. Yabo brand new, na yenye de dentra. Until when you see somebody like Evans, and yet I said, or more brow, or change some George baby, or change baby, not in terms of just age, in terms of say life, and so politics in TC. Answer question, no. Answer question, no. Say Debbie. Oh, abon, oh, brofono crown tiase. Me what clearly at all. Clearly at all. Who say you're betting the STV? And this is giving him pressure when some do the man who you're completely unnecessary. Minister of Communication, when you buy a broader than DSTV, it's even the minutest part of your job. Ghana 33 million percentage send a DSTV subscribers. Focus near me, boy. Yeah, we can say na me akra me so me ho san mo but I don't na me am. Ye importance yo. It is the 2023 na ye importance so 11 million na. Say 2025. You can imagine they be a 50 million ye importance yo. And this is why Jakpao when you edugio first Sam George, you must help President Mahama to fix Niema and make sure so be succeed. Now the legacy not shining from Ghana. She now President Mahama call you any. She speech or come here. Look at how the entire world was clapping for him. But it's not just about West. Say no sister. Mobema West na President Mahama ko can you and no beautifully though. What translated into work? Nan fa so abaso na Ghana asre no obi aboy abaso. Mu chesi unnecessary thing. Galamsey na etro kai. Say the President Mahama some o ka chente no Galamsey no nka ho. Yeah, yenim say President Mahama ne nka ho. Yenim so nka ho say I don't go in anything from Galamsey. I'm not personally involved. Who says you are involved? Obi yenim say President Mahama ne involved. But you are the president of the Republic of Ghana. Enti Ekufuado so no personally involved. And President Mahama can say you see indirectly. Jabbing Ekufuado so no dey no kan wan. Ekufuado no nka Galamsey ho. No Ekufuado obi yenim say crash ono I no prempro. Twi kra o kan kra kan slants. O ka so no be kwa Galamsey apu. Eni apu onkoye. Enti President Mahama Ekufuado obi enu oye Galamsey, but the ball is in your court. You have the power, you have the mandate, you have the resources, you have the law behind you to stop the Galamsey. Even next stop no cry just to make sure that the law is works. You see, and I feel sorry for President Mahama because this is why your campaign here the Galamsey here and yet. Anya hani yatina kokuba because so ya ba mamu nyina mo ya Galamsey ni bi. Anya hani yatina NDT ka say in fact omo ya chi omo kra for Galamsey no omeja ho. NDT by also eja obi for Galamsey. They will not. The law doesn't allow you to release anybody from lawful custody. Lawful custody. No. President no run himself politics na no ye. Onye. Ono na ono kochi ora for no. No no assign no no omo dem for Galamsey destroying our water bodies in here. Ye crunch you $11 million. Abron ke betimi dey idea we create jobs no. Now see me ko ini panel free prison so am na me Galamsey. President Mahama will never do that. Himself politics na no ye. He was just talking politics. And I was doing Ulu. You see, the president is not responsible for low IQ. And Madame Bubilo and Anna Pokudebi Oka. Also, you have a right to be stupid, and you have a right to be smart or wise. And those who are wise have a right to use you, abuse you, manipulate you who is stupid for their advantage. Until you choose one. Stupid, smart, or you choose Ubako. Whether you be stupid or wise, choose Ubako. The president is not responsible for low IQ. In the Toya campaign, so about where you go for breathing now you believe here. Now when you said there's a law, and the law does not allow President Mahama to be. I just saw pardon in Pakrono. and by public image purposes, he will not. No, bet me a party will be a galamsey say a water body. Abra Ghana ya sign Millennium Development Goals. One of it is a very sustainable environment. Now, as you and a cockadrofo, he will not do that. One him say he was telling you hello story. But low IQ of my on your on smile saying your low IQ. You have a right to be wise and know said your canon. You want the terms and conditions, and the terms and conditions must apply. In the presidency, he doesn't gain anything from I have no interest in it. What I said, so you can be sure, say we are all on the same page. It's not about being on the same page. We don't care. Everybody was on the same page with us. We don't care about being on the same page. What we care about is the fight the guarantee. Being on the same page, we've been on the same page for a long time. It hasn't gotten us anywhere. You're on the same page, and you're for the better now about me at us. You're on the same page. So give us something new. You're on the same page. You're on the same page, and you're out now. You're the same page. And get the same page. Why? And they say the president mama, and I like this. At least he's being bold. I can't obey implement. Or say, more shipping agencies and more importing excavators without permit to be you be dealing with you. Excavators. Or more importing the befa Togo. Wait, some of these things are brofo. Galam say no. Oh Allah, president mama nakasenim. You know be brofo. You have to fight it or not. Fight it or not. What I say, fight it or not. Oh, be yes, brofo, because I depend on the fact pot. Now betting on befa baby from. Back to Asema and they start here, say Dakpa. And Tokwana on a Govt Damekono, you're needless. Interpreter, call him to order, call it Dakpa to order. And let him know, so you have a clear mission that when him is to leave a legacy, starting with Galamsey, ending with the big push and 24-hour economy. No, into you are focused. Oh, you will not allow no Dakpano to come and distract you. Say, any answer importing ensures Emma Ghana for Nankofonia cancer. Now, not my boss, Samselada, any research to be or yes, Galamsey who Sikakra, Ghana, and Yasem Ketoa. But the same breath, no, you're saying I rate you or see $10 billion dollars and a president did a big push, no. That is 13 billion Ghana cedi a year to solve road projects, health, educational needs, any other developmental project. But at the same time, that's a big push way, no. Galamsey no corruption hoka. Ghana yebo. Auditor General report no kwa fibia already who they will. Auditor General kwa yebo $3 billion. The same amount of money ekoje o IMF no. Between $3 billion any sika ye shigu every year. NDC ka ho, LPP ka ho. Say omo that Auditor General dey omo ba public accounts committee ahun. Enti ya wo form no ni full soldiers no. Ana adwene wo form ti dey aba na mokon. I see no more public service now. The corruption money, $3 billion every year into county since I got independence. If averagely we lose about $3 billion every year to corruption. Now, on my no, you okay see a focus and see a baby attempt, and you focus and see any age because country manson needless. Mama president, mama focusing on your Jumana, it's here to Abama no. Nurses are on strike. Nurses will strike. Doctors and junior doctors or moko. If Jack Panomani are the Oma Jane say Omo de Sadia way, divert attention and boy Yachimo. We will not allow anybody to divert attention. Nurses will go to Omskamomo. Doctors will to Musikamomo.
Coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives Ghana, representing a total number of over 6,500 nurses and midwives across the length and breadth of Ghana. We are here at the Finance Ministry today, 2nd day of October 2025, to present a petition to the Honorable Minister for our plea to be heard on our unpaid salaries over the past 10 months because we've served the nation honestly and we deserve to be paid. I would like your permission to read the petition out loud for people to hear, then we would hand it over.
Sure. 10 months. Now.
So the Honorable Minister, Ministry of Finance, Accra, Ghana, petition demand for urgent payment of salaries of 2020 batch of nurses and midwives. We, the coalition of unpaid nurses and midwives, representing about 7,000 unpaid nurses and midwives, submit this petition to your high office with deep pain and frustration, sir. For the past...
and Copono Cromobro for no crassa. 10 months, I'm saying to I'm saying urgent need for their salaries to be paid. Cano. We any idea here, I say government to focus on. Mojakanja president don't focus on we nurses, doctors, because doctors become one. Ni pay be wuno because ye call pebrim. Ye call pebrim no ni pay be wuno. Ebeya asem. Under no circumstance, President Mahama, we all have to support him to succeed. And we will not allow Jakpa, we will not allow Sam George to frustrate President Mahama. No more begun anymore say because Abani Tiakonya so you'll be Abine. Everybody must help Abani to succeed. Divert attention. I'm going to Uncle Phone can be a fanatic call. Just you made in patrol live on OK 101.7 FM. So any partner radio stations are holding your friend Vim Lady Mimi Fire one Tiasia. You have a right to also fire. Attembidia the other bar me, I'll block you. Simple crowd, be any other. They say, you cry, you near that back and forth. And they say, no. We are here for a particular service. If you can't stomach it, you have the right to log off, log back on. That's it. Be our choice. What you say? Your friend, Vim Lady. Tell them, many Iraqis there, Adima, Japan, Edumata. Iraqis there, Japan, Edumata. AMPP chairman, UK, and Anini Abema Philip, Ayabato Kusu, ANDC communication. Team, no, also a solid guy or yeah, ni PhD. He knows all these issues. Is it indeed an attempt to divert attention from the main issues? And I say, in fact, President Mahama is on course. Then you say it's on course, but clearly, Abai is under pressure, and clearly so. Abai be better so beginning the Obenya honeymoon. A back a crown after the I'm saying not that my President Mahama no. I'm under pressure, showdown no now solve it. I feel no be who the ecoso. Yera Edumata ne Nana Tokumba Mama Munina. Akwaba will judge that mediation.
If you are Mejoso Brew, now what is saying?
I don't mind compassion way.
Yamatias.
You're at Tokumba Johnson here, dear.
Oh, Sister Fia, no way. Me say what hit papa. Ijana so ijana.
Alone kwa. Because that as a pressure not started honeymoon at home. It's now the pressure is now caving in from on a buying. But Mami says, "Era Tokuna, what buying work? Say, do you see that the strike of nurses? No, the doctors sometimes almost DNA, beba. A pressure on their building, Anna."
Stefia, Mami fa kunya we so enchiao na memo abaso na adwuma pa obo dia mo wai Ghana. I'm Santia me am constituency. I'm in West. Them say Western region there wa come so pa. Yeah, there wa come so yeah, Council of State I friend of Its Excellency Maxwell Palasco Nanaya. Onozo another fantastic young guy. I think say Obojuma. I think say the permanent.
I don't know if say Council of State representative Western region.
Yes. I think that the whole world. He is the youngest, one of the youngest Council of State. Yes, I think he is the youngest. So, but Oyeduma, and you know, Yenya Kunya ne Kasa na if Western region, Titro was some in West Asenkrewa, and in the bottom dia na mitia Obibia no Sister Via, I think there was fire. Na some no my teacher neither, my child democracy da, matana or my Ghana muda, minim hita a work room. Ye nurse for no and doctor for no, ye dear whom a bit share mushu. A come ya. If you are a cray back, Memetna and ye MPP, NDC, a come ya. O moya duma, o share a blente ya, o boni video to see ya, share a casa crown, yaw, na the hour when they say, Istefia, Ubinum cry a war, Sabi, and ya, Omonte, original, Omo custom to another region, and the Binum cry a high dine. What you say, a Binum or high, they may say, Minimobia, or Bobusian Didi, and the just imagine say, 10 months here, a bind you okay. And then you tria crana, Sebs can be in Canasem. Intino say, a buying near say a twasso, now you hear a nurses near doctors, the Hondia, and the mechanic say, a buying and two Sebu, Nani, and go home. What you say, but I say, is that if you do baby, I see you do a man Francois, Naya Kayan, Yama a tear for Antino Mabiase. Ye then you do her. Sad way, I just a na my dean because Okasem na say, Yamwa, Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, no so city. I think say, me pay sad statement now, Kayan. What you say, as o my ye koye nima, na say ye the bear politics, say me flap them, and the mamma said, Daniel no maybe na by for me brea. Sabi, Obe wa just say, be a bino banado bebro, but oh dear, how air to my canaso. What you say, because me tie video ni ye pa na de wo kana instead of ya 2020 na asem where the ehase what you say and then of course then a free a soro abete bayira homa ama bayira mo akese esi then na mabunu and mabunu a wo Ghana ayadwuma sebe yentu omo ka bapim se semre ebi bebu say is NDC for ba be mo ye di say I think say ye 9 months mo anie but omo can say 10 months what you say is if ya nyantie mpo say after 2024 elections ya to aba no sign for teacher for one nurse for March 2025 I say the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health ever come once what you say adie no is if ya hwe say ye fa ye o man Ghana ansa na aban bia be fa adwuma yeni no ye wade be friend financial clearance o me say unim so ya we what you say no we are ye prepare budget ye di ahyemu say bia ngofo ye be form adwuma afi edidi so yi anase bosum ye di so ye betu omoka ba ye mu se ho say abandada no o ye say adwuma na na say eye David I don't want to engage in political equalization say sebio MPP for anye nti NDC enzo ya kunya mama ye nye dabi nti na make say o kase ni nyina no eyem de say o call for unity that's the reason why MPP Ghana for to about 1.7 million vote editia MPP meaning say omunya gidie wo NDC mu and John Dramani Mahama mu excellency nti NDC for any reason to divert attention nti no do next can hold here but him say right now no normal is stable nti yemfa kasade ama mabunu because omo hwe nimpa wo ka say doctors nso be ka ho a sebe na nimpa be wu nti sia no ye besre ye nuanom ye sre mo sebe ye ma ye MPP NDC wa ha emum no enim say ye president Kasim bi o say resetting agenda say resetting agenda dia ye nyina yemfa sebio aboso mo ye yem ne hu me say at least ye me de kwa say share the ministry minister no sure almost say going forward I think say by the close of this year and by the close of this month or somewhere next month no e be on be make funds available and the can ni na na say ye na metena anka say MPP anye na na do anye enti yenso ye meye ye ne sade na baby e pese ye de Ghana kudu na resetting agenda no na sebe yentumi enya enti no se bia se obusa am ya we nye divert attention but me sremi nuanom ekomia ya isefia ekomia ya e na wenu binum ye mabunu e ma ewom sebe se ye ntumi mpo ansom ye ekom betumi am binum kwa ye normal amonyom adesom be what that's the truth what you say minim say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama or your listening president and asema making minim so obitie say otie ne asupema onfa yem hihie as a ja what you say as a jar or that Ghana nyina no fantie mabuni esu sebe ebinum kura say it is alleged I think say ebinum kura to sika bi azan ye fa obi no
na nya say ya de o mu tie sika
and ebinum kura kobo bosia asate na omda ka ho betua and you know say sebe sika no chem sika no che na ye ntua sika na masa nkwale ya anase mabunu ya na omukwa na so omu bai enti me de
na what meaning say western region for no mo sheda code training wo kasa ho a because only akando munim kasa wanu hwam asem we na ye health minister said there because akando call on omu kasa o makoma ba form kakra nti wo ye some job anka problem we gi enya bi for Ghana because yeah wanu ye de munim say
sister fia mama me sua I think say backdoor there only another conversation tema minya wo menumishia wo our perception about you was different after there me no kasa the perception about you is different now you talk about development hwe kasa wo kasa wa watwa bonkum watwa nifa isefia ye techire o my Ghana sabe ye techire obi maame a na obi papa sabe ekuro e yo my Ghana se o man mu ye da ye nyina e benya ho mfaso nti ye metena hanga say me NDC ni mapa obi enu say me NDC ni ntino ye nko that dirty politics what you say nti na make say emna ekọ nanim no ye free that dirty politics and political equalization ade ne nya enye now then ye betumi aye e de aboa mabuni ye betumi aye de aboa oman like oman Ghana ne His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enya na ye say ye be ka no kre a kire ye ho na ya hye ye nuanom ayi sebe enkuna nkuna se ba mo yen nkuna se isa se ye nya akoka sem bi na etefa so a sebe yentumi nyina no what you say enti de ye kan nyina na ye se me de me ho ahye me nua no mo omo strike and some ko demonstration mu because e kom ye ya obinim kra wo se obinim of water region obinim of northern region obinim of western region obinim of eastern region am from few obinim kra ha dan abobosia enti no se ye se ye koye nemu dia ya nyine enua no ma sabe o mo atem ho ogum emonte so o manyimi ye sabe o nya nkwasiafo e adwuma no maye e na mo se adwuma na ya ye no yemfu ye sika mo ye ne nkodidi and sabe ya so obusa
I think point back we be san ba so but the point I make say because of backlog na MPP for jaye no any as a reckless recruitment.
oh yeah
How about the do say we
yes.
will come to that because MPP for us to say omuja muska. Inse say kamudi ska no be tria enkola ni ska no. Mudi ska no ko stabilize CD dollar exchange no. So far must be I'll quote the figure but here Japan do matter member or so na membusa so mo so na ma buy ni free so but generally do you see that the cost with the same question busa era tokuno pressure and to present mama nana honeymoon
yo if you am nurse na menchia Philip so one dey want me anchia me see am so aboni tirin ko agi so enye na niwu asaje so aka ho
Oh baba mechia
ni ne pass fache no ni ne pass
if you are when you under pressure sa ne man never what you say and you wan kasa so ma menchia o enumre ho aye feyi ade why you boni bia na
adum bi kwa
Isra na menchia etiefo nyina evise ma menchia MPP UK me executive any members ni nyina na omo hwe enumre so yenchia na if you see on say empanifo ekeka nsem ni bebre yese wo connect kase ya wiade a wo se emre so ati ase so obeka ya before se yen ba ban mu na nurses doctors teachers professional people acting a fee for almost 8 years so okay ana omunya adwuma na ye wo unemployed graduate association ana owurafi
okay and them make unemployed graduates on association no
association omo awie professional people omo ati ku a omo no wi
Pacho how they withdraw there's no evidence that
sana na tie avia
but I don't know
and nyame ya adomu a
so no munya adwuma nye but no we
se omo nya na do bai omo nyina jai no nyame ya adom ema sankofo nyina wura adwuma mu you see all kasa no se na no na fom ya ma men correct no o se kan free 2020 ansa no was abaye 10 months so ndisi for mutimi ye some diabolical way bi na wo matwe nipa adwen ayira no na wo masan de wo ba fie enye 2020 asem ne ye kan ha we are talking about 10 months so for me personally I don't believe in that system of say ye adwuma nipa betena se ye adwuma na bosome ye ntuaneka for what we are talking about systems that are supposed to be set as I see a tree paka or faka kwa juma. Huh? It is one nation. Obia or ye juma na or ye responsible wako high dying team. A any mammy nation. And I said the papa be nation. And I wire. If you has over Kaiser last time, be new dinkomo back door. And mammy catcher say the younger generation, especially ye mama no or more system no. People are misbehaving in their lives, say, because of all these things now happening. People take advantage of them.
yeah but some situations that trend where what that do and
I make sure say, sa mimi person make sure say, sa dia papa.
okay very well
Because you cannot work in a brochure ha sabi adwuma bi wo no mo a wo ya yetua weekly ebi wo no mo a yetua a friend is saying 2 weeks ebi 1 month ye ntimi nkodi obi ka a nipa sorry atua ka sika ko adwuma na ya wo ko no ye man sika bia na wako 1 month 2 months 3 months 4 months and even the saddest part of it kranafia Even government appointees. Your structure nye papa. From Kodoho Nanti Kodoho Abapim Samri. Yeah, appointing for Omokoye Jumatso for Sukwachino the Adium goes a Sianino. Omo structure still has never been in place. Omunina Jumani, we are Bacanina Bom, what's in the Panacoba Chrono, what creative platform I say, Yan Chianica, Omo Chrono. When are we going to begin to think about these areas?
NDC MPP, more handle a buying over the last 30 plus years.
Also may build the BB the Abacasa much.
Build this system no my.
And Nuna, you see, ni boarding, so yes, Anya Manua, are very expensive. It is when you are putting some infrastructure systems in place, I bet me gradually, no, a baby Sanya man free wa, manpower na nunti yentimi nyano, ebe free on muna. And nuna na MPP yana all digitalize your systems, you know, gradually we lure ourselves into that particular space. But you see, when you're doing that, you know, it creates a what you say? And when a common dinipa, I want to say, I mean, I say, a common day when no nurse for no, and then young chain in home. Look, about way by, you know, ye jano budget. Yan year koya budget. So, okay. November budget. Yeah,
budget.
And you know, almost so as a budget. Your mono first budget, ye me boa. Eti, non nurse for no music and never find. Question no. Okay. Now, Sandy Panama omu juma we say afia aban we buy and the budget now or na or they cover the whole year na and kwala we mo juma ne omu ye ni nyina shembino. Contractors, they have never paid a dime to contractors in the country.
It is kana muja na we he.
Mimi bisa onu papa yo two say sa budget na omu ye na omutimi e blotu ni kama ye na presentation ni perfect de kire ye no omu se eno ne atenkwa no say ye nurse foi e na omu ha ka adwamu no sa sika no omu de akoma hwan omutimi de over 2.5 billion ekoto presidency say ye mfa nye just communication woduma no so okay so we are aware.
I'm not aware of the communication one.
Yeah, communication in presidency I'm talking about. The budget in that particular budget was over 2.5 billion.
Okay, my office of the president budget. Okay.
And I'm a one. Eti ya chisikani nyina akogu presidency. And now for so kwatin kwaya man deputies maku be 300. And I use sikani of presidency. Okay? And you did that Land Cruiser and Mukama. And say some George, the idea man or almost in a down for Bukrana, or this kind of cosine, Suman, Tomanus, saying, I don't know, papa, but no, or say Land Cruiser cried the Otimo area. You see, this is the reality that we are talking about.
Okay.
Abaya or sorry, Fracunyano sono. A Jumana na or Yanona, you see, so Cassa Dream Mokokua. Na anu sa de na besi form because we are there obe dodgy akusi baby no si e form boko mo no so nkuno. Now you see omo tie kire ho no no na omo feel say ya grodie and this mameto disaster da every time bia omo no be ba na omo sorry so akono they leave disaster. Former president Jerry John Rawlings nyame fa ne kransie. If you are talking all sorry, now your GDP growth is 3.4%. President Kufuor sorry, now your GDP growth is 8.5%. You hand over my euro tamils, Yamifan currency, and euro John Dramani Mahama. And even 2011, if you are, we are dancing. The first time Ghana's GDP growth up to 14%. You got tamils na ye. Me boa ka trem se me boa.
Men kai
na. Sorry free so no. Oh okay.
Men kai ni na mitinye wholesale sa.
Any ya mankola no guguru man no mo kan say. Because a fact na American. You got tamils pedia move from 8.5% at the court 14%. It will be Mr. Say a year then and 2016. Tamana almost sorry for a bemuna asaba back to 3.4%. Yanya baya na COVID in Yamaye, ya the 3 years consecutively. A grow economy no average 7% and sana COVID ever fashion for
economy no. Because NDC ko under World Bank program as it so.
What I mean about some what dear. You better say a DNC question I see a bizarre no. A DNC
crisis near call IMF no more.
And the DNC yes, and I'm present.
The growth no wasn't more growth in per se.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair, Kakra. Okay? Yenina who say coronavirus dear, any Ukraine war dear, or be any obetma you know, Mahama Nankasa credit one dance Yakobon and some woman on Ibe say, a idea we are seeing a from planes a sea from for almost 1 year, the whole world. A BC that ships and namun so at me form was being grounded almost 1 year. A BC that if you hotels and what we are seeing now was shut down. Bakukran 1 year be. Okay, we are talking about a serious disaster. At the time now, yan corner you call IMF national, and now good year, and then now hotel. Then election 2012, you used over 5 point something billion Ghana cedis. Edco winning 2012 elections. 2013, you were Mahama Kano, Krekatre Ghana for say, Yaji Namuna Manaka Dumpe, and San all started 2013. At the end, for over 4 years. These are mismanagement, purely mismanagement, and the cause our crisis anymore. Okay, so now, my point in here, the entire middle far on say, and this nim economy building, they don't have any idea in terms of building and maintaining and sustaining economy. They don't know how to do it. Anytime I yan baba you na yan kasan so yeti so sebe ni apampa so ni yan asa sori eja ho sa na yete isuba mboni ye betu ebo ase asesiama ya ma ye ho aya akono ama Ghana for ado yen no na yania ye suban ede yan anko amfo yan kohwe epo ne yaka adweso ne yasi. That is what yen ade wo ho. But when it comes to fixing Ghana's economy, nobody can take it away from MPP. We have the record.
Okay.
It's a fact. It's right now, no, and this is facing.
Who can say? Mona mo say niama no ma beto so because next say 10 months.
Oh no, niama say ya wo mu.
Chairman, to be fair, NDC atna so boso me nkono.
Anti.
10 months.
Yen ye ba ye boso me num. Utie. Yen ye ba ye boso me nkono ni num. Ah na wo mo no asay no na ne ye IMF no. You were witness. Said that first year we grew the economy by 7%. So into the yanya de.
Sister Via.
But you want to person kata say, yeah, baba too gold ana. Yeah, baba too. Niama no mashisama yana. The economy was under IMF. Yan fan say, let's just be fair with each other. Yeah, buy an economy no. The na bibia currency ya na ye wo IMF. More. Economy no GDP growth at that time na 3.4%. And the momo buy ya mamu 5.7%. And yet sorry. And the war IMF. Eti ekosi sen and na wo betina ha na makatre say 1 year no won't mean grow economy no e ma ne ntimi meduru 6.5% wa bra won't mean grow wo won't mean catch 7% ah see banfifin akakra. You see these are the facts. Okay, if you are and ya agrodie ma men sounding bibi emfama NDC for na men ka se minchro and your preamble no niama okeka no so amazing on both sides. But you see, say NDC and ye agrodie and free money so. Now omo mie money and reality check. Now omo your imagine say Ghana for say be jiminti omo betimi because of say they are in a honeymoon. And say MPP yen ho ya hia to extent say ubo ye di kura no obi kura mpese obeti anyway, which is fine. But if they are going to bank into that particular scenario, na omo tenase na omo de omo nsa se omo damri fam na omo an work omo socks off. That is your management team na omo ye adwuma. They went all out brainstorming, cracking the brains, you know, at the year adwuma na ampa na ye di pace na ye de kono. So 3 years conservatively, no. Now we were not let's say a part two. We were Ghana was the fastest growing economy in the world for 3 years. Ghana no dia no man no dia homa bona sene say me pesa me yire me ho ye adwuma na me pagya me man nyeso waye yi o nyeso wo iskani but me pesa me yire me ho ye adwuma eti me pesa me tu omo fo say saa kwadwosem na omo de nam nkofo fie di atuo ni agyan ne ase kan no omo nsori nya omo nyangu ho na omo ntimi ntena se nwene na omo make sure say Ghana because Ghana fon fan che omo so omo ye mistake a sani Ghana fo besi ato abati omo the next election no omo benu omo and this MPP na ye kwa ye ho aye hi no ye adwuma ye kwen to kwa nketenketi nyina no ye toto niema eti ye de ye wo kire ho na ye yi flag bearer so wia ya to ye bo ase asese ye ho na ya besane agu omo so ko se no omo onya freedom eti ye kontokwa eti omo freedom eti no kra eti omo fi so okay ma omo good news for them to bury their bad news. Tell them that they are failing. Let them know they are failing. Ghanaians are aware. And ne, me no kase fia. Unim slogan da Ghana.
Slogan.
Slogan ne say. So omo kwato aba ne man dis na omo ye mistake ni nti omo timi mo aba na chi. Etu bu so obi a ye nto ade. Ye nto ade. Na ho na ebeto.
Is the
Because can be in the system no mu. And ne NDC a oka so oba do kono bo na nkra de omo kra de ka yi come ke kwa koshito. And then and Crawford no munko Jamestown am ko busa omo say yewra mama asem na okai no is it working for them or not?
Yo chama meso ha era toku respond na member o sa question na mo sa o so mo nti no mo ni excuse bia
Sister Via on say me de ani die ana NDC for de ani die e ma wotin for nti ye sha ase ni nyina no na me fa line na ejana na wo to aba no say a national development. And ya fi ne be ye NDC MPP.
O de ankofo ni bra bre no tena wona say o de ani die no omo hia bia mu. Omo ni abre ankofo na ni abre papa.
Ita via mbacho waka sama mem misrawo. Ani die.
Asa na me ma ho ato kakra yenko.
Na edu ba bia MPP for is the via fi na ye si ejanim. Eya no mo yo ma bi say o mu free abemu no. 7 years ni. I just ended 2024 and move from me papa can be say budget on by year. You must say video na boy no me quote say 2020 because that is what the guy said. Later Obeka say 10 months. This the fear never be say what the mathematics no kwa 9 months. Sa time na mo fast next for teacher for no mo disika see the largest swimming pool in Africa.
Wow,
National Cathedral. Me pese ya call. On say me.
Ade ho asema ba ma mo di for president ankasa de ade na court. Sorry, what dia kwa ya kwa investigation. Ama mo ankasa mo be ka kire Ghana for say. Mo di for. Who say be ka we ne. Wo ya mo nyire mo na mo ntra na mo nye sa.
O ka sa na mangasa. Tema na Ghana for esu. Esu sister fia Ghana for su a na sabi ndoma ebo mo yem no. Na president Edwale Owiom. Tama na Ghana for
na eno de ho de power
Dabi say
etro say we are aware say foreign affairs minister see a plane ya what's the word ya grounded over France.
Oh Dabi just ended Mahama President Mahama over UN no aeroplane no de buy fight be no de buy we no United America
and you dey no de buy
Dabi over America over UN ya
they no use here they no use here
but me busa o use Emirates okotra normal
it's because yeah they no you grounded
Dabi me person
oh prefer say president be use commercial flight say man go
because
they are to president Mahama Dubai or Koka or 22 hours
me two ade bi dia man
I'm saying say language be to say na president Kufuor Edware Wewiem no it's not accurate so don't use it.
Okay.
Was that okay? One is okay and Toronto was that okay. There's all the now names and you're right.
President a high private jet and our high.
Rightfully so, because president plane say yeah. On my need Kenya and say I catch up and mama say once now my plane ko crash it say helicopter.
Me take Mr. Japan with the floor.
Me tia say but in so doing no my and dwell on
Okay.
They are accurate. Why? Because plane as a nation, say we must secure our president now.
Number 3.
Because yes, Imunko.
Oh, there, nobody, you say I can't for you. Yeah, Sister Fia, Mr. Japan has no can be. Now, I'm before so say, wants to do atra. Show one Omocasa in an hour research. Nanzea World Bank. Edi baye say nanado or case COVID and Russia Ukraine war na edi ahocheba Ghana no eyentro okay na say wanka
that men World Bank forecast
me the best send those here me screenshot and send those here I'll join news me screenshot there send those here you see now on say some to me I'm so to me normal also okay now MP4 they are good at telling lies to Ghanaians. And ye ba bemu Sister Fia and obusa Ghana ni bia say o mane ekoya almost 70% we abaka say ane then ye be fa currency na ye $16 to $17 cedis what you say within 4-5 months na dollar na be do 10 cedis magic bena NDC for John Dramani Mahama excellency here meaning that after that your normal bebre wo ha Sister Fia ye betumi akatema economy na stable onenda ho ye free abemu 2016 na dollar 382 pesos ye mu say na nado
4.3 mo
I'm telling you
if you order open come many 2 cedis when nyina nya Ghana for nya no mo pati o
na nado every abemu na dollar 17 cedis. But they can even say they can say your poho now. One now can or true because political equalization or not seven Ghana akonichiri. But say yes, ye beka ye pe Ghana kuma sibula. And yes, I assume you are 7 Mr. Japan to overcame because Nancy and Mufra Bem. What you say? Tamana Ghana for a su. I didn't do my bomb. You will carry your door near the yield levy as a pig also. Tamana Ghana for a su. Esu kese ne sefia ne ye emabunu betting tax tema Ghana for esu na nkwala eko school sabe no mu di aduane a poison the records are there but say
banana ni na besi say is that justification why nurses no muntu amuka 10 months nana
mbesa me kasa mbasa me bere ndi de na mbesa me kan say o hwe my earlier submission na me yi politics free mu adi to mu say yentumi enkoye no metim makao Its Excellency John Dramani Mahama or ye batan kesiye mabunu aye ne ma ono di omo so ndi so betumi ayusu ne power bia man kwala ne sebi ye tu omo ka onye but Mr. Japan nya akonya se wo kasa no obeye this 1992 politics emo man Ghana this the via say ye free sa politics na ye no say afa ati say we kosoro na we twi we nine we cost now we kill na o man Ghana ye bebe say do nendu
okay if they say what is the way forward next is mbede tu amuka
the way forward
say there was money omuja amusika mudi sika na kwa exchange rate just to stabilize cedi na wa brank ambo itime
na go person go kasa no on say what the way seasoned journalist na go kasa no na go man prove evidence budget no be sika no just sika. I'm telling you they have no idea. Because
I know many economists, Dr. Domfe, a program last week. He even gave me I'm trying to go back to in the chat to see because he even told me that say almost that your reserve, yes, that was the foreign reserves, no more billion. Let me see.
We left $8 billion in our foreign international reserves.
This one is confirmed by economists.
Mr. Japan to on person who say ansana you before be adwuma no ye di kan area dey friend financial clearance you must say o mu fra ba mu no o mo ye ya no mo anye because politics na ye no o man ye chichire no this the fear to say be sabi and be a film lady who film dino o kan sama na ya ma won ye dimra energy share na ebu o man what you say but the me twi Mr. Japan adwene sisu ne say mama na go se dia aka se ho ye true no because tema nurse for ni teacher for esu no ni enye sika tutu amana e wo fom na wo se ma me enko ampa so that is it and going forward say me kan ye dia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama NDC administration ajiatu say by the close of Katakata, by the close of this month or next month, no. Sebe, sa mabuna more the eda can. Here ways and means as on between two biaka. Only they say the home come.
Like I said, we have still not addressed the issue of whether for reserves and I must see 8 billion out of it. Me, I addressing you. Say a company cover problem between nurses, Nana.
The way I say Mr. Japan can. Me say me na me can. Come show evidence. Me the way na send out. The way bank for the camera they send out. Okay. Because right now, Sister Japan, sister film lady, you better na her.
Of film lady, Sister Japan. On Sister Japan, sir. Watch it.
Through Ghana for any. What you say? Because right now, no more people who are MPP, no cannot kind. I say the party we judge them. That's your almost 1.7 million vote unprecedented. It means in the history of Canada. Until so also we are normal, the all kicking now normal can be into a venture. And I galam say ya sabi agite say ya yenya kan ya ebia kuma ebia nsu ebe.
O galam say ye ba be kantin ko se dan ko fa nu me fam se ni ase de odi be du.
Da be say me show me twa.
Ye be kan ho asem masa.
What you say? This afia here say 200 million here dey 2. Edu e dey swimming pool no. Ngebetuma tua necessary for ika. Ngebetuma ye me krom from Body to Assembly Road. From Samla Boy to Assembly Road ngebetuma ye. But right now, you can see a cohona. I'm fan for Sobiama. And the Yako and Nim, young how Sabi, Mimakabi, Yandis Nimapa. But Semina Konya sent me to President Mahama, His Excellency for. I say, Papa, Ayoma, Ayamabunu, Sabi, almost say, I cannot end Juman, or Bazambon pa. And Mabuni, a Jumadia, small my Ghana, or Mabun, a Jumadia, warm community. Sabi, don't also on my Caribbean and some Panas. And the Diabet to me as on mine. You bet me as political party, but Mabunu way, a 2 o'clock on one tone again. Mamma Yamatanata say, 1.2 days, wait, because I'm found for Sumbia. What you say?
Diana, when I nowadays, or the response to me, Diana, another chapter.
You're moving in
the bill, your time, you know. Mimi kasa or kasa almost the time na and na mimi kasa we na so on responding and don't we me respond on ye if ya
o da biso kasa
che okay nani kasa twice mimi kasa one
twice exactly
me boa
okay chairman respond
and na me boa sem no we are very good you know
me pachom dey na sendo
now yeah what they are sending wo hu mama so men kama se
okay dabi pachom say o hwe anza na what kasa
okay
FBI. You see, on say so share me so missing na me ye na. Man blame one DC ba ko kra wa na me boa. Me si wo mo money na ho. Na ye nyina mpa ebo na ye bo na ye de ta o mo chi no mo nyire wo mo hu no mo nya adwuma we FBI ya atem didie. Anya no na wo ka.
I think ono so ka say we did na atem.
Me use no as a phrase keke.
Okay.
Obi anka so obi adi do obi atem. Se me ni di o mo atem kra. In fact, who hear crack as a corner cratam before was starting as a crack or bomber basso senia. Man criticize you, me say. Omu money now. No money or more because a jana no assault see mochina air chain woman and wash it. That's all I said. Okay, Jay? If ya Niana wo kana wo say ye Jessica reserve na ye jayeno. International reserve. NDC kon so mu jabi maaye anka yen ba yen me so sa anka ye America na ne eturu na nke betunu be mo ho but omu de omu wura ni nyina tugu ye efize ewura mama na anka se ya hwe nam no ama na kadompe sa no kai wan sa no hand over my
okay ye there Biden it doesn't mean say personally your party say Ghana say you think and do na the trust salaries na fa
aha sa pepe ne enso ye ba ye di bi atua na enso still a yetimi nya $8 billion e de to ye reserve no mu na ansa no.
Okay.
It's now nipa mienu party mienu a omubu oman. Omunu ko tua salary na esan ye. Yes, you tia Sarah in a no, yet minya reserve or na international reserve are $8 billion, not
Okay.
even cedis.
Okay, so point
That
is
is
that
the
we are
weight.
better at managing Yamat than Omo.
Of
Okay.
course, he knows. Because once I see our say, Ombaba, Mama Baba Bichiano. It almost said that's what you go and Kualana Swan San Oma Bichiana. Because he can offer him. It's a Kakolawe Monsuan, almost said that they are 2 years. The same maybe almost said I'm a teacher 4 years, Juma and Fiemi and San Aumutia 2 months. So okay. Before 2016, if you have your bloom kakra. So okay.
I don't know here me come out me.
Oh yeah, me pesa ka ba me
Yeah,
tie
me
di
come
nkomo.
out.
Onka bi. If you am here to aso.
If you are oh, me person you call Galamsey, but I may intro no, so I mentioned something about say whether to say Japanese attorney general issue won't to media any other issues now a diversionary tactics to divert attention from main issue we are now because some George Somoha me was president but he had a clear mandate. This is the only president Oba on one share that man a 120-day plan on my vision on my agenda. Just say he was very specific. One can say President Kufuor can free SHS. So one more timeline. So I saw no throughout the process in Netanya. But President Mahama they was specific, say 190 days. It shows a big push. It shows to say he had a specificity to Adena or It is a Jack Panamha, some George and DSCV co where diversity taxes are more nana. Where is the and I'm better who the Mamma chairman Kasako chairman response in the
Yes, I
short.
think it's a good one.
So
Once I me respond to na my short now
yes,
I have very
yes,
powerful. Now hit
yes.
you on. That is how I do things.
Mami Musa on that one.
And
What
the
do you
answer
see from the day you just want to feel power and you have at least hindsight. What are you seeing?
Okay. If you Nipa obetimi answer that question very well. I am in Philip. Unima de Kuntia. Maybe sa no say omo bae na all kasa no ka asem bi I say me san refer no back. Once say yen ye be ye the e-levy enkofo ho kire o me the e-levy to so. Wo mo de on be e-levy na eye 0 point something percent no. And o makofa 4 Ghana cedis and 50 4 Ghana cedis 50 pesos me boa. Sesa na e ka no.
50 pesos yeah, P yeah.
Aha. And o mo de akwa to fuel so. Ahokyere nyina yo. Ade ana obi sende just was sending 100 and sana atino if you are not in years and 1% ana.
I think at 1% initially I'm propose 1.5 near kind of about 1%.
Yeah, it is obi sending a year 100 Ghana cedis now and no cry below the threshold me boa. I just say move beyond the 100.
100
And sana what you are fan say jama 1 Ghana me boa.
1%. I think 1%.
Aha. Send you buy 1 Ghana. 100 to 100 and 1. If you are mass near you.
Okay. I don't play with mathematics.
Radio 1 Ghana. One you 1 Ghana no to channel. And work offer 4 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. And what you are replacing on. Do I add the young and man? But question person me bisan crack a cancer and Makoma say. If you are Mr. you me favor man answer. Ka adia 20 January 2024 25 yeah up to this time I October a dear ba dear pan NDC ba ye ombetimi akasa kire Ghana for say ye ba ye adear way and ya visible for anybody to see say adear way ya one onka ba kope adia onu ankasa ebetimi akasa de nsesi ne bo se ye ba ye implement ideas na wo ye manifesto no mu na ye ka ho asem se ye ba ye be ye no 10 months ni
It's too early.
Oh
They don't have to do anything. It's too early.
If you mama chawati ye ba ye no last month ye month ben
September.
thank you very much enkola no ko school month ben yes September no mo ko school
and I long back ni resume
and ye ho ne implement free senior high school.
But I know some chance chinchina almost implement it.
Any na o masi but wo de me answer question ne ma no me say Womra meka tie afie.
A big project. I was so told now implemented.
Oh, ma hu so wo mato wo bo afia. Manifesto no na ade ba akopɛ ne wo mu a se wo moto mbu. Ye de na ye bebre ne yi bi ba ne ye bebre kura ansa ne ye de the major one no kura ba ye. But me say Philip Ntimin kantre onhwe Ghana fo a wo mutie ne ne wo wiase nyina se ne wono no wo representative a wo kasa e de ama NDC. Enti Ntimin kantre Ghana fo se ye ba ye 10 months ya ye wo mu yi. Ade a ye ba ye yatimi aye baako anie one pe. Now you see oh me ka se brate si am si me wi anu aba sa na mka
one akopa ho ata na akobusa na
ken wi anu ken wi anu aba we u de o be ka kra untimi nka tu de ken efiare big push yetete wa na ya big push big o kan so do anu ka big push ya nya den kra o efia o de kama mindi big push
oh chama
so wo de wa no say e don nwure no enya din o se wo de sekan atia si nwuram na wo don nwura ma wankasa wo hu se nwura no twitwaw so wo de metre no e de NDC de kasa de won se wo start time wo kasa wi e so wo bo na baso na won se obi e kasa so na kasa me chia constituency so na nzo open piadi so won se wo yes ade no so aha eti okay, some me born about to say when ya service de o manimram ani da so now if you as somebody be o I say di yesterday yes atiefo no omuti and omura ho because any bria pa wo mo de to abeti aye no NDC for ba ya o mo no feel say MPP de ya tu o munti o mo wa ya hi eti let us just if you 24-hour economy yamu no say on be a night club no amna 24 hours no you mama na kai
Molambi night club Oxford Street
what's in nyina be 24 hours no on sa niam we na so mo ase hye no mutimi ma yen setimi kan nyuma no because the nyuma ne create nya agrodi o afia so mo de bayi ye enura sa hu galamse no video no amede sende wo no Abrante na wo mu ankasa mu media personnel odi ahobrase ne ani die ne obuo e de ma yewura Mahama wo busa no question yewura kwache ofosu se on kana no tum na ono no ko we de dodo galamse hu so ati ase nti hwe big push so push wa push ene nyame ya atom mu wa ban mu mesre mu Ghana fo ni abre se krodom Mumma na momuto because yen ye tiachira no ye muba ye bia ye beba beka de sesem ye beba beka. There's absolutely nothing muba ye from January to this 10 months motimi approve dia atre Ghana for dan say mukọ ya musi mokwa yi yen yesika yen ye dia to bank na yen international reserve mu aya bo dwuma yire ye ho atimi asan so nya gold for oil policy na gold purchasing a year yatimi asan atimi anya gold reserve na ye wo 0.1% bi da baby na yatimi dia kodru over 30 tons bi no ab atwamu ho no ni nyina be cushion dollar na a man itimi be ye stable no as see inflation we predict say yen ye wa ba mu ne ba ya de beba 8% and nyame ya dom and she say ya di gu akwan mu no e de na ba 9% mu di credit say mu na mo aye of course niama na look we lay structures foundation papa say ya building o mine esiso eno na me no omo ya me mobo che say omo antimi am maintain structure no na omo de ya grow die na say structure na say dwirigu a efia me ka no kra kire wonne next year June ye be hu dum so enduru kra you see
main point is say omo ba ye almost a year no omo nye hwe
omo efia ka bi kire me
from omo big push no
efia nya wo na wo kasa enya wo na wo kasa ne ya wo se agrodie wo omo ndi so na Japan fa tuo ni aseka no mu ho na omo nti sikom no omo kopa adwuma nye no enya wa
me kai
na je wo fi se wo ma ye bia nka wo nka ntere yen ana odi aseka wo ma ye mienu bi da ba bi aseka asa de kan wo se Japan mon kɔ na mienu na da ho no mon fa mienu nkɔ kan ho na Ghana fo hu se mo ye nan
Okay.
But one year be a mammy if you as a 1 year be a mammy as a papa, 8 meet nasi. No cobon is sire muna or back sister be a maya. Me imagine a di. Mammy now no take up 1 muna or ton sure dena. Ya or no nanya brain ona a brantia now or no for force will be force a goon con edit cha quire 1 million tracker muno 97 miles. Now only num a janimuna. Yes, yan todd the antianton or Sade Coma, mamma or far from Cobuacano. Konoko katreno ko sisia yiro ne kasa
Okay.
omo twem
Yo. Mr. Toku, so bet you send me a link and I'm trying to open the story and read details now.
Okay.
I'm a fake link into the Mr. Manikasa
I'm sending me screenshot by my link in the moment.
na screenshot to the one the one musti oba send the link nanka wa hwehwe ade no so send you screenshot one yes that screenshot one create here very crafty people officer or the better than tiefo on the call yeah bibia ni we yaba na wa some kind of afia ti wo no what do did o say World Bank say enye Ukraine enye coronavirus and na ma Ghana for kwa ahochirim. Can you listen to the logic in it? Was it America cry of almighty America baby awoyi afia omo kra sabio omo tutwiye United Kingdom France ya close so ename no kasa sesi afia United Kingdom ha enkwale me mam yenum panimfo yi omo ye adwuma frifie obi okọ omo ko office 2 days pe offices now is oni nyina empty. We can't even fund it. I did even the buildings in the Crampo rent up to today. But you see, was the World Bank I began to what their bros Ghana for no muntie. Can you imagine this man?
Okay. Understand me link and we'll continue.
I want to miss if you are money Casan.
Echo UN on no crowd may say.
Most president and Casacra
Jatu. Developmental project and withdraw a delay. Yeah.
If you are men, you're economic with the truth, can you credit and on when you're economic with the truth?
You see, Chairman, a Japan, Mr. Chia, yeah.
Fire water in the Canadian.
Yeah, the member, your first 100 days, which are normal NDC. Don't Dramani Mahama, Its Excellency, AMI. Now, Saturn no say Yantua ma NDC and Sam Nigga Ghana. That's even give you and they jet them.
I hope so more dollar bearding.
Oh, now me more dollar say. This is fear. No, I fear such a still be our car. I
didn't know we are $1 bar from a fear.
I'm into education. I'm into education. And they make us a free such as a year. That's a big the American. But implementation was poor. Yanya buy yashimu kena. Your position a year now most a reviewer say you become and then Musa say free assessors you come and you or number 1. Number 2. In our first 100 days,
there be to move free assessors so much mukina mo ye anything.
Oh, your money is stable. And the second Balana in Yanini and Balana do like traffic lights. And they all be man. Sana make am see ya shame you.
I do to my and this double track na sana oko. I do to my you.
Oh, there be. Let me make a shame. Kwala na sebe.
Double track no.
Oh, there be. Tie the make a show. Me say ya shame kena. Kena ya shame ni ya say. Ya mom fapem no. Aye because it was a good policy. No two ways about that. But yene ya catch mo say ya buy you beba be yen sakraye no. MPP for chairman excellence say ya say betwem or the campaign. You came and you came. Only number 1. Number 2, Sister Fia. You buy your catch a Ghana for say, the how now much aircon. And Kuala said you, Omo South Free SHS Ninano. Almost first year. You bet you're here. It's a make your first 100 days. I some make a catch on. You buy $1 with the member because only the political point in the member. You buy a Sebi, Yenuanuma, Omodidem. Bonica send a from disability. You catch them say, you big 2 school some more, Omocotesia. You try in GI. You buy a you buy them first 100 days. It's the fear tea. You catch the Ghana for say, Sebi, Nanado, 2017 or buy ojina simpie so catch the Ghana for say on whole plane obese o develop Ghana ntem and you have 110 ministers. Sister Fia, John Dramani Mahama, ejina simpie so say dabi your fat minister ba ku bia hwe kai bono ho me the nipa 60 and the bebu Ghana even or the 56 for no planazia na 77 ya de ka ho odi ne bo se so na so ndie ya ba ban bia mu ya ka kire ho se 77 aban se wunnim na sebe wo ba ye ho so o ma ho so wo betietia Ghana for so mu Ghana for a President Mahama dina simpie se say obepam. And ya Mustafia in the history of Ghana. And a young president, president or court 9 months. Young one scandal, corruption scandal. Bakumpo, young
early days yet. Early days yet.
But I remember say, MP Babemuno, Yebenya, a month for Honorable Kennedy Japan, who president, I do put $20,000. Saturday in 6 months.
No munja 1 year crack.
And the members are making an answer. So, I said, Member, Sevilla, the Mabu Babu was so near Yeda. But the air can in say, and this in the MPP. A tear for the wood Yemia, MPP and this in Yapo. Yanni, your children Ghana for him. Ghana for a soon a yesu. What has ended a young president, Sabi, Ahumbrasa, Oka was in the hour now with Darrington. You're a young president, where you're listing president. When you're president, Estefia, would see Ghana Fosu. Here, now me and a 1 week here. She said, CS was for Okusian. A bit of more, 777. Uncle can't treat no maybe a 77, and your mean body and come me won't do so. Or to Nazafro be a Samombra, and your mind a year teacher. See, that's the fear, okay. Now your mind. Oh, there's all Machio, what can be my new brain, Yambra, again and the back of foot. Share on my penny and Sebi, also a whom said. The air cosi may get number the aboame man. What you say, and they say, Yakwing as a betana, 77, young friendly dear Magana for, young friendly dear.
To say, the air cost one more the wound to me cohort. Moody way cohort, because even in the case of wound to me near contamine, Yawahase and the age say what site Yami, and another NDC chairman, or the amount for one go. Whom to me now, or Sanya way, diversity taxes are now.
It's the last 2 weeks, Minusia, and Minuya Charles Bussy, and baby Obiam Chiano.
Exactly.
When the catcher was said, say, I say, you're a teacher of Maya. Mama, you're selective. What is good for Kokumen is good for Lewen. Period. And this say, and age yaba. No, I say, and this is for paying for being home, a bomb, Galamse moi, and running you. But Ghana na ye is the fear when him say enya republic enya banana republic edimra enebu ye chichire nkuru no what you say enti say 777 obia say bi o ne hu bom no ye to ensan frɛ no but ye mu say on say chema untumi no tam ben ne di ko gina court 2022 yewura Martin Pebu eno ane na pamfo and a son the didn't go peep court. Sister Fianti, the air conning in say, so a court. I said, no, and yes, a man. Sabi, Mamma, ye way political, abia, political, sabia, or young people in the Abakina Bosso. Debbie, see a man and iniquity. So a court. Not said, no, as one, only a few machine.
Yeah, but I think the question is say, I don't know other NDC for her beside the Erastus here and Nature Makotini. Erastus, I had countless reports. Port Estate newspaper, I had countless reports. Actually, NDC for or me involved, including Yami and other people. I don't know what court to say the Moya Chema wound to me. Somebody like me from where I sit, I'm tempted to think that a diversity that is an because in the same day, wound to me, Japanese AG. Meanwhile, send our kind of research agenda and any main idea that President Mahama is so. I just obey a big push, obey a year present 24-hour economy. That's parity.
Adia Bakwa NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Yeah, see they are working. Ghana form fanche NDC for that. To say, Emra and Yedibumai. Sister Fair, Obia no so senemra. Embra yenua Senator Lawrence honorable or the adebit to Facebook me real hoye. Or say obi ebeko dwom sabi akofa ebia nsu bottle baako. Ye be jeli no. Na obi awa abem sabi na wo ye no ma ensem fata oti abensika no nanam ho. Ade mra ne esusini emra Ghana mra ne ana obi. Enti die emra ne sen no na chema untumi na enye ne na amde no kokoto. Is the family so the way season journalist. And from Martin Pebu no lawyer and no that is in 2022 and no marginal court and the young one poem near Ghana for and they say you send another secret to be a buy. It is alleged said in the past 4 years in the docket Nigeria. Look at this. Sister Fia,
that docket need to me.
Oh, fine. And so,
but in the case of a prominent person like Chema, would do to the ways and means.
If you are a woman, alcohol, Kakari, I'm so around something.
Sister Fia, did I make person make an and say, share me free what I'm in free West. When say the Western region at the Wakomaso. Call me Kromas and Krigua. Call Samna boy. Call Irasi. Call Wasedumpo. Call Tolum Pine. Call woman no good. Now, ko here asasi I just say no. Now the fear ko here nimpa sebe ewu. Now ko here.
But no, I come out to me there said man.
If you are Sunday there, mine was here called the man in fan on to Rana.
I don't chase uncle for Nana Chema would do
me free ban. I contain mine. On an ewo. Or make show some boy to Mumuni stretch all a contain mine never. It will follow me. Maybe the Yakan say Ojina courts. Nasa Sabi, no whom and Yasama. Mamma Yanga say, young people, and I saw your original chairman, Tino Sabio, Yadimba Tabi, I am not needy. So I got courts, Nasa no whom Nima, only if you.
It is Emranson, Yami, baby, Emranson, and this chairman, I am bomb with baby.
Yes, that is it.
The Ben Emrano best start or more processes no.
There be AG, as I'm an AG can. They are under investigation.
If you are Mpacho, my memory,
how many investigation? Here, Chama to me from 2022. I didn't go PM court. And now, I said, name Naso.
Okay.
What you say, Mamma Sanchez, what dear? You what listing president, Sister Fia. Nana Dubai, who says Sebi, when you are even or can. When you are AGP and so no being and no say, men crop for a galamsey. You be Professor Boating, a year report to Krana said you only see 2 years. But AG under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Eka Ghana for you, I say, you will be able to answer so. Omu say, NDC most powerful people and the persons in Asante region are more galamsey, Domo. Look at it. What's happening actually Ghana for
and on a chairman catch us all the one who don't be who can it is nothing. You cannot proceed to arrest them or get the evidence to arrest them. Now catch us NDC behavior. We already know that Iran money after newspapers have already reported NDC behavior. Say
Chairman at Japan TA. So when NDC be on country me supporting. I am telling you.
If you are obre, my memory.
What is here? But Mamma Young, what am I Masengo? Oh, say, Galamseno, Okoana, a yak politics. But if you are chairman Nintino, and I am took a crack or man. Yet not Ghana. Am in the history of Ghana? Ye benya 500 excavators to July. Abba Pimena Young. Ye benya, ye betan Ghana, and my yenya political party, Amoba out to the Casse party here, Sika. You better Ghana Emma report now, Professor Watson the buy and catcher say Jubilee House, the center or you got a center, Hona Sabu, Galamsey in there also. But the Ninya say, see a Casa no mana, Yenya, as some Puma Sibile. And the other here, Minia, Miracle, Abuajinu, Unya to Amonteso, because I feel not for months and no, the air he can come. Say young Cambia, sebi, ye be wako, your money and an bebre. And the edu baby, young fan your politics. Edu baby, I say, and this new woman, Yanka, yen shame no say MPP ni wo mu a yenka yen shame no because omo asebe omo de fiase sister fia obinum fa 1 cedi obi fa
Fia be ba galamsey no so ana.
Dabi o de ma ba ba so fro what you say enti de ye kan nyina na say me pese udi machi chairman e Japan member ye dirty politics hu ne say den ye betumi aye a support John Dramani Mahama and NDC administration den ye betumi aye ama ensuo na asebe say no aniati den ye betumi aye ma asase na
Me bo na fia ma me moa o mo ntem no wo bre me ka so wo bre won.
what you say
Wa mana fa we no wie na wa mama ma ho na metika no. Wo so ma na ko sa.
Okay, that's fine. To say sebi na yekoye nimi sebi yan hwe mabunu dem ne ka kire o say ne e galamsey enya effect kra ma sebi adesua nkwala adesua kra anya effect wo so ene BEC e baaye sebi nkwala bebere kra ntumi ampase ene yan hwe sebi no maboni a ekoso ene yan hwe sebi ensase ni just ended GH1 for your report bi I'm saying kontom de kra ne banchi na ye di no metas wo what you say entino sade we ne du baby na ye ka
Enti anya de yi.
Yeah, say we should deal with it obi bio
we should deal with it system because you are in power you have the Nana do hono ye catch President Mahama beka so declare state of the emergency me boa.
Yeah.
Adena mun declare state of the emergency no.
Oh, na omusia ye o ka sem bi say president ka sem bi say o tumi. But before say na make say ye demra na ebu eman. Nti o say ansa na obetumi no e say o seek advice from the council like security council. But say o seek advice mama man say pama on mo na ni ba kundu. Because on any president,
sir advice no. This say the plane sir council one one.
I just a bit my ochina, a bit my this week, a bit my next week. I am telling you.
My chairman, because I don't want to see the difference between say what's in another creative state of the emergency. But what the same memorandum also another fund creative state of the emergency. No, who they want to me fund creative? Just what consult.
And what is
if you are said our family ni na bedu baby na time na sam yen ko ma me so brand tem ni ko we oni asem bia o
ye ba ba mi and wow he galamsey a dia tese from 2022 23 24 and it say 2025 the difference between them young say
difference be any
sister
galamsey na na ekoso no.
Thank you very much.
My chairman.
First of all, Philip say you mama share boss oba obaba be share free SHS mukna a policy.
Indeed, why? Yes,
was mukna, right? You don't say. And a man only a member of Meko free SHS no. Once they say my community double track, me boy. So always woman or my bay finishing. And now if you are we a journalist. So when him says here nipa do dona or my mom body. So we are we. So when him say
computer placement no.
Or baba shemu kinao. Na what me a pajama na efe. But then or yin kolani nyina lazy politics, lazy governance. He says, "Oh, by year and 1 year, Juma and Nado, a year, you know, now I am an abrosono. Or no, but the cheapest possible to reverse that are omoka."
But I know you better chance and Kebeman Colana Tnefieno.
And Columbia, you know, Tiffy. Nanado time, I call it bien one or Tiffy.
Okay, no,
in fact, almost school, in fact, almost exams fee, Kran, another Chianina, exams fee. Almost Saturday, and a part of Yadi and make or that free. There's not a single day I can't say Nanado I am mispayment 1 month. The whole Ghana free SHS for Yantia.
Okay.
Ebian see that it was a serious priority. Nanado say, Obe making sure so Obe educating the millions of the people for us to get say money betimianya human resource capacity ati se ne na woni meti ade o wese so a wutumi chinchim mfidie no ne ade no na ye benya na saa dodo eno na be chechire oman. But you see the NDC's reverse ideas. Yen use strategic psychological effect na yen nyan krofo na dwen na yen mankwala ne interview wa bra yen account for. O see President Mahama edi ne boss so say oba instead of saying another day about 85 people ministers ebu oman mebo
What
it
is
was the 60. Ama another edi even 120 ebu oman no. Now the budget for presidency is 20 million as I saying. And do 500 million crowd. Or no buy na or no say. We reduce budget na or reduce number no. Our presidency amount about 60 no. The budget in presidency is shoot to go 2.5 billion. Can you imagine this logic?
It's a fear.
No, please, stop. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Stop.
When you are verifiable, say it's out there.
If I am wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If you are a journalist,
may go back to the budget. No, may go to the budget.
it is an average mommy. Na me fan here send Drew and Brew 2 billion. That
is a term I want to tell you.
What do you mean fan 500? Mammy mom 500. Now at the end of over 2 billion. 2.5 billion. As a 2.7 billion. And a joke. Obi ono the number kesiye ebu o mine. Ne budget ye less. Wo de no mu quarter kra wan spend it. But who buy now about 60 no. I could do over 2.5 billion. And no more who see a more and some more because why are they? Because I have a good policy for Ghana. If you are in terms of man open the cattle and Mr. Cattle boys no money. So budget no tie. Nyamina mekai you are to force in the can of parliament. And nyamina mekai. If you are and now what Tony General need more than 200 on submission. Attorney General Nankasan cry a victim of criminality. I told you then and I appointed no nana sem wo court wa ye dinasem. Me boa ka me. We am ranim ni me boa.
Dominica ini asem na
wo baaye. Wo no say opuni Japa, one dian, woman yabubo mudi a yedi wo masem a binum dia ya appeal akoko to nyina was sign a drop cases ni nyina mo se afra bibi nolly prosecute. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Ananya noa.
Noa.
Aha. Ana onu wie no dia akonta man ne dia enkote no. Because I know a new case. Na ni nyina na nya dada ni bia. Wo ja utusu ja omo a wo no ufo say omo de omo your party ma. Ana wontumi de yan crucify no because ne de na che. Na opuni ni wontumi case de na che. Me bisa.
Opuni de na start.
We any okay, where you fact. Opuni a case cry you mama mo kwa nem so mo hye. But you see a court system.
Start answer na wontumi asem cry bam.
What the mama fan sir. It is a nyamina mesas you. I'm talking about judicial systems are juma. It is a nanado ye money di se onu na ekoja opuni ana on na de ne call you. Emra na ne opuni di ye. Emra na ne maame na wakotena your friend is America onu na wo masloko no. Ya bunu for 10 years yes wo mra no madam no. Extradition kura na yewura mama no en so da ye se obe apply. Onu kura ye dina sama bunu for.
On that one.
Okay? And you see that be Philip Nimfisha until anyamani bi wo ha on tiase. So on tiase.
So chairman,
and na me ne wo kasa se sie. Yewra Mahama say. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo. You are the president of the republic. You have the power to minikutao. Declare state of emergency now. That was the statement. Sameboa mun kantre me.
Omwa.
Okuja twabla kwa kabi, Haruna Idrisu kabi, Sam George kabi, meboa. Etidia na asesa. Tumi na wona na ado nsem no. wo wie ya ono kra de yantu no so bia o wie na dwuma ana Ghana for se wo wakwan ache wakasa ma omini mu ntasuo nyina hwe se wo baba ba ya dwuma na ma yenti wo ye betumi atrust wo eti bra na baje tumi no na declare state of emergency maye because ye no ne ye ma ewu sana eku omo makuri eku omo na nanado danko akufo ado de oye ye ni nyina o protect man suo na nitimi sa tie mna bi pen no na afedie ankofo yi esori gina mu ehuri si ni tri so na pampa so che bonu jasa entro I remember I have been to the radio I have been to radio stations if you nyabote unzo okasa umbem I've been to radio stations, sitting down with NDC, TV stations, everywhere in Ghana. Many omu nyina na table ba kwa ye din komo. Na omu ano den na omu se afedie yemfa mra na anya adwuma tie o. Omu se afedie se na na do na mra ni ho, se na mra ni Ghana. Ba se ya na omu no ba na omu abehu se ya ba ya mra bia ba foforo nti omu no de omu ba yusu na omu de no aye adwuma. You see? Se o ka se yes, it's a woman, Nasa also wada, Obenyane, but then more prescription. And if you hear me, so Kaya. Almost say the first time I'm to a ya. Now see Raniama, Yamashesania, and Niama. First, I'm saying my first 100 days as I say, okay.
First 100 days, yeah.
So, Frey, me wa. My name man be me refinity Dr. BBB. And you see, and that day. Me prescribe what the nya no ko anya hono me ma ban it so no fia since 2017 and another declare say ye be call that afekwa na no mo sha ase de ho mra niam bi ba and I me kasa wo sources radio num ni ade e kasa sa say ade na ye no we need to look at it from a holistic point of view. Mamu mayenko ye no nkokwasa bi no free SHS asem na make sorry galamsey asem na make
okay
who program you na me remind you said dan me buy me say this prescription ni buy me say repeat e dia ma omu bi okay second ade that day no me tena se na me kan say me ma buy me kan ya satam no mu no yantie but ye Nanado had the plan na ye ni different plan which is correct. He is the president what you say. But me imagine na media metre tienio as a citizen imagine na metre and they say ye wo me amadi 58 years ye fia menti se Ghana soldier for akokon da afia what be da say ya ekon ato yen na ye kokon say o man bi ni yen ekon o man bi ni yen ekon what be da ya soldier for yi ani diemu obuomu ebinum anyinia wuko ama omo nananom abaye medwoso ne ade nyina Ghana nkokon da asoja for omo adwuma ne sen omo boban ewo man ho ti se niam bi bana eye emergency situation you send them to go and take over and fix the problem what did they make an say so now and na yet hoses here young man no say and sassin nyina and na mesin dem tie obi kura cars afina mra ho yesi ba bi em se kono nwonu mu ne ade ade bi se nipa krobo na mebo yesi omu tu galam se ni firi omu adem
yeah western region kro na and the area ho nkroma afie ne achi na omu tu nkofo
omu afie ho no ana omu dem now you see if anybody can come and tell me today now do the obey nyina wa ya wie okọ. He made a serious effort. This is the man who says, I will put my presidency on the line. And it was true, he did.
Did he do that? Did he?
No. Until I say, and indeed he did. And Untina, MPP, suffered the casualty are a bit mad.
Yeah, but
look, Galamsey,
honestly,
Galamsey, if you
that be chairman about it.
Me can't say me natural. Oh, no, I'm not. So I say, Mammy, Cabin, do it now.
Chairman, one can't no don't a bit war. I said, President Council, the president, better.
Me can't see a Samson. Me can't see a Samson. And the Ampa, the president, Teki, and Amoa. na that time no ebia nsida what you say it was not very successful up to the level na ono cry peno.
Okay.
Eti ye kra no ba be casualty and in now no starting from 2020 look at the seas you lose you every single mining area you lose election no. What you say? And as I it into 2024, and my year call from Kodoi because it drew that time no. So share ya to 2024 abano. As someone in DC for can you nana ya galam say the whole world, everybody, opinion leaders, as for civil society organization, omunyina do omujimu. It became something very serious. And no na ma Ghana for dia bufushie, and ya go die. At Punta Sukoko, etre MPP aban. Ama na your opposition. No. And almost say, young farmer Mahama, ne bia or no the obet me aye. Et now no, me catch your Mahama namasreno, say. Yeah, the young was in say and say. But I think he has to take the bull by the horn, declare a state of emergency. I want diemu. Assessing it really well, not to extent say you pushing certain things na onko ye keke. Now on me ma a soldier for no enko tena asase so afia a soldier for adwuma ne sen. Ya wo carpenter for mu, ya wo mason for mu, ya wo engineers, ya wo way.
Only more permanently in the Galamsey
So
area.
who dey tell me because I have prescription na me man. It's very very important. Me can addition for no mo sua ngoma ko ati me kan but this is common sense asem na me make.
Okay.
What you say? So, declare a state of emergency, not forever, for a period of time, even if it's 6 months. Let them go. What they are going to do is that now, almost started say almost a reclaiming of those lands. Now, you say no. When they are there, they are not going to sit there. So almost give them assignment, give them a budget, let them go there and fix the problem. So, one more year, Jumano. Have your plan in place. Have your plan in place. Na si seni nyina ni amopasa mu yese gold board yo den whatever ni nyina mu nya ho abotre na mu hihye niam ni nyina wo den wo abra wo no te ho na wo ye reclaiming of the land na wo protecting na mu hihye mo niam no at this particular period even if it's 1 year 6 months whatever it is. Declare the state of emergency, deploy military for them to go and live there forever. One must see omu bungalows near dying cubicles. No one transas so one no ho.
What is the advice to a man and another implement?
If you me say me o your pa mebubu bi kafra fa cheme. But be anyone man kasa even Angela me kasa for years of this particular statement I make catch away. And this ba ya o my 100 days me betra wo fidie wo ya so esa ka the same thing e catch and say yewura mama person succeed ya asoja for no omote no omomo look they are very soja for sebe if you are they are very disciplined ye will be o enye. Correct. But overall, over 90% in our system in terms of military are disciplined people.
Okay.
Give them a budget. Deploy these people. Let them cover the whole entire body of that. Look, and then Burkina Faso for, Ivory Coast for, and here for, Ghana for the two sides of the Messi, and so it is a war. The Galamsey have declared a war against Ghana. And I think we don't need to treat it with kid's glove. Yewura Mahama should maternity, even if it's a reserve, international reserve, and $1 billion. Now what me making sure so what me making provision instead of so buy corny and abaya me de kwakwaye pussy dollar ne wan. If we can get these systems done in the forest and not year and pa, the results we are going to get there will be massive. Yet the results we are going to get there will be massive. Yewura Mahama and me man good advice. He should take the bull by the horn. It doesn't matter whether MPP, NDC, so let's get rid of those people. Let the people, the military go and sit there forever. Now, on Timishan and Niamano, yeah. Afe now no wanya asase kronkron ensuo ni nyina ani ate wa chechem obia wodi ani enko ha asa
okay
Yewura Mahama, let him do it.
Okay.
That's all.
Bashama, the information I'll cast per month, so free SHS, and I think I've gotten it. I say, 2025 budget then, but let me take you to 2024. 2024, no, Ghana need project is investment 226.7 billion Ghana cedis. Any 176 billion in revenue and grants for free SHS. Okay, this is projected revenue. But for free SHS, NDC by Omo budget statement, no, Omo allocated 3.5 billion Ghana cedis to free SHS program. And the whole they are now boy near Ketwa.
There be none no nam say we. Any why mistake. The Sisika, yeah, the presidency. 60 MPs, no, 60 ministers, no more. Sika na ye whole presidency na even scholarship secretariat ni adi nyina hyehyɛ asie bi no. Enne Yewura Mahama at the 60 ministers ebu oman. Yan de na atwam 120 ni spending only 3.2 billion. Million. 320 million annually. Okay? Now Yewura Mahama is spending over 2.5 to 2.7 billion. That is what I'm talking about. If you no say, or no na a policy. Tieni yo, the mama can't ask him no. Or sin na policy or mo de buy say, or mo be maya save sika. Because nanado we Ghana sika or the big jari wo wiem ni nyina presidency budget. Yewura Mahama also won jari wo wiem. One year bibia be how my Ghana, but no that is one number 60 or you see 2.5 billion instead of say obedi mu fraction of the 5 on the gusono. Okay. And yeah, Juma that and also no baby or no 2.5 or 2.7.
Baby, I found it too. Increased spending, a budget allocation of approximately 3.82 billion Ghana cedis for the office of the president for 2025.
Yeah, the Nyamia Siasa. What myself, no Africa, the Okra, my dear, I for mammy. You see, I'm a grammar control. Or what I say, we see my own. Nanadu, you should only 320 million. Or no, but fun of 3-point-something billion.
Do you see who agree with the numbers? And this one,
I'm talking about the reality here, reality check.
The budget.
Debio, is that you see? I a simple mathematics. What you say? And yeah, na ye de need ma a tea for mutie. Your mind I chichere. And say ya on mind be fan into my pefria. It now here, make us say in an Mekasa, I think me bo Mr. Japan Baswa. Me yet that the politics. Also, or Casa and Oma some solutions are. It is laudable, no two ways about that. What you say? Into one of the attempts me born about, but they make me a can a say ye can say ye call a bear back namaka, namaka. Me jinaswa free your intro. A job shall say auto. What you say? And no state of emergency no. It's true. What you say? And paying for president is here, you know. Amobusano, president the nedia by say. Or to me, but sebi get the emra and a yebu a mine. But as all name paying for a share, so I'm paying for this year, no man a conya say, baby, a normal air con a jinsema, not declare state of emergency, or so on money. But the air can in say, it's true, you're president or you're listening president. What you say, indeed, Mr. Japan, the Wakano, me can't show him say, His Excellency.
Yes, sir.
When you're on
oh, baby, also class, I will do another them Cobona.
But be a mate to me, I can say. I dear Bapon is the fear here and say. What can they do? Besian, ya gene, Mabuno. See, I see a declared state of emergency. We are. Fiesica or more tasty. Share normal lifestyle living. Nasi yasisi you declare this money from Zama. And then make us say like national person.
No, you are making sense. Sense. Your contribution is much better, and I think I'll add something to that. Yeah, we can make solution on that as well.
You have to also provide alternative. Se ene ya say ye ma mabunu enko egwe galam say bi ma then they betumi dey see o ma sa mabunu because o ka say oji o ma no duane a sebi amako betwitu what you say the same way nso no ese timamufo no so no ye nso no ye nyina ye ba dwum ba ko say eye group eye national disaster sebi say ye nyina ya amfa ya no antuma ebedu ba bi a enso kura ye nya bi no.
Philip, I think I na for say double standards and say time I'm catch Kufuor so state of the emergency no. I don't know consider options to say man telling near the mom you. It was say Kufuor to create alternative jobs and then we create state of the emergency.
Yeah, entina
but man pressure straight say they be declare 1 year be 20 out. Consistently the pressure continued unabated. I want to say that poor my word say. More anya
Dia oka ene dia ma ono ye.
Aha. Dia oka no ana me pese me ka say ye me ka say me justify me tuma ko justify so Satan the rate na normal kon na e koso but the same way no ono so enkyere say memra metena national television na say national platform we so enye NDC MPP
okay
me man for e hwe me nti say me de bi e ka Mr Japan de no ho a say one say e alternative
okay
number 2 say matimamufo ete ase say de ye ho na ye say ye dachi na ye say because NSA sebi omo wase kropon board ye ko ni nyina no mabru no ewu bebre ebi be ko nam metal won mu no ebi no manya kidney failure what was in the ye kan nyina na say a national issue enti me de me kasa ba wie ye me yi sa political lens no ode ato na me name Mr Japan aya adwen say the reason why Ghana for nya didie wo NDC mu eto aba de maaye no omususu say nanado entumi anye as expected and on the mountain amaye and we don't have any reason to fail Ghanaians. I'll tell you that's the truth. And they say Ghana for when I say poor machawa young poor macho say I'm learning so yet me na yem mom le say because the normal ekika kon me free wasn't waited baby galam say ekoso minim the normal say is that fear and say we mama and say be a household somebody fufuo amea jire be a 500 Ghana cedis.
Western region.
I'm telling you what I say and the banchi trying to say body because the area can scala couldn't go for kakrebi and the cocoa and gaye backbone or die in the Western region and then Sassy in say and in see a coin and now the big comes to Japan dear no one you bear politics no truth about that but you do baby and say you say a man who and so say because NSA in so be one grassy be brewa is the fear almost source of water river bodies and that science one in say not you can say by so what can you are a tamakuru eduji was it 2023 they imported and so $11 million
yeah
and the Ghana you can say by and uko and kaya and a kufoka no me and sister fear in so ba ko 10 Ghana cedis you can say by and the make person make any say this topic is very sensitive yede ye kasa ba wiye yentumi me yete say na na do ye say MPP ye say obi a onumbo mu say obetuma aboa ombra say ye hwe na say sebe untumi mu aga na say hu say we because if you are in America even untumi antwe sabio angogina ba bi say wo kodwonso na wa bonte so be emna wo ho say ngofobia ye ma ye a sisefie ebetumi aye what you are saying no say me can be a supporto chairman Japan we the many regatta but the American say I'll support you.
Okay.
Say,
I think we chairman cross support on this.
Of course, if you see, I'm so passionate about this, and I've never stopped. I've been campaigning from 2017 to date, and I will never stop until say, as someone may cannot the right thing until somebody informed me who say they will do that because one you careful, over you will be favor. I can say we want me party, Okay, yeah, I'm obia free. The only way you can get the people out there from that place, I say a soldier for take over the whole place. But one we illegal mining there, one casa crasa, soldier for no cry take over Vienna, ya timia chasa, kankono, a mansasino, ya protect. Oh, crown go, you one casa, so and a soldier for baby, if you have a go.
Don't try.
Oh, but yeah, ya dream say I say fire because you fear fe but the environment timu ye kama but banche no bako akoto no wa banu adi anyway it doesn't matter baby a wote ubadi kosua ubadi bayere ubadi mu ni nyina so fire krase ho na eba. So how are you going to manage, especially say nwuramunamu ya wi ensuo na omo nnum no eno ni sa makuri no ene cyanide na egumu no eti omo didi wie nnum nsuo no wie na wo ye kofa ba na so opekusie ni akrante ne nwa na akogye na wo wie a na wo fi se wo de oda lam cruise na akọ wie a ensuo aso no wa gold na kum. That is exactly what it is.
Yeah, no, the mummy and nyina mo kan very good in
the right direction. Eti baby amede wie ye solution part na all kind of provision, you know, because me kasa wie no ni nyina mu no ma kasa nyina. I gave that provisional solution, you know. Because ukbakaya me say 8 billion dollars na e wo ye international reserve no mu no a ya e da ho no yan use na ye yi di support dollar na esan na yasan ko yi afiri mu di aba no yan ko na yenye bold. Now, whatever amount that we will need, because if you are, Ukasano say, the amount of money that Ghana lose in this disaster annually, as so saying, even the IMF Ghana you know,
yeah.
If you bet me a kojibe say $2 billion to $3 billion, now nipanom na ye say bet me allocate you na ya hwe baby o motitiri say ye be a district in assembly kra na bia ye be log you nyina gu payroll bi so for that 6 months now. Let us come out and pay them monthly. No money di no money okay e Ghana sika na bia dance ye de beto na nkofo bi she da kotwe a ye say de ko support dollar na o mo de fan wi akoko baby na no o mo wi a no ma sa be ka kire say ai ye de support dollar ampa dollar is ye support na check cry na outwe mienu na sika na sansan na o masa ko yiaba eti yenko ni yenko fa sa sika no bi na yen creative platform ya papa men kasa ndc for so yo mu ni ye create loot and share o mu nkodi that ya mama mana ni nko ho no make sure say no dey he wo mi bia di bia nye so photo bia di bia ye info solution bia di bia nye o mu make sure say they have put all these measures in place. Ebetimi aboa o man yiye di ampa na obi amfa ne san kobo. It is a laudable idea. I think if the Council of State etie of a KMPP UK chairman and na Kingsley Matter Japan and na and consider our proposal na Yura Mama Deba Tunanim no. A form of a state of emergency, it has to be holistic and yet a partial state of emergency. If because one to me and two ampa was actually send Yamana to us still and say
pushing for state of the
I am pushing for the state of emergency for a timing period. You know, almost enough years so plans now no no. How you busy now? You reclaim lands now. Pa you feed your soldier for no more. You chew muka. Omo ma soldier for no so town check. You go for battalion for band. Then out to me you need the umko. Na for free baby aba. Omo rotate you omo. Then you be ya omo juma na omo ya. Ne beti mi ya ye juma be so ni ampa. Na ye nsan so monitor omo. E make sure say ampa omo ye juma. If ya ene. Mame fa se mu bi nya. Mame na wasi. Mame na wasi. Me lande no. Mame na wasi hwe. You have no idea what you have done for Ghana. For us to have this opportunity to speak directly to the presidency for them to take the bull by the horn. You have no idea. If they will listen to me and my brother and listen to you tonight, Galamsey issue will be resolved within a year. If they don't listen, it will go on and on and on and on. They should work on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, Togu, say also can chairman the NIB. But also on support state of the emergency. It also can speak to the president what your preference is. Yes. I say 6 months for state of the emergency. Send all the soldiers to areas. They rotate you. I'm saying but put them to work. But what is also your
this is I made the say many ni I dream back but ebia maybe fakakra the mechanic say one say NDC for 8 years. Its Excellency John Dramani Mahama 8 years. One, unprovided alternative. Because Ansana say obedi clear say on him paying for Katana is Georgia. Any decision be a baby, he's going to act on it. But say ati on it sisi na we make sure say then or the go akwan mama mabunu no. Because as same way is the fear it say wona echi ekuro umia wakoma ati wo umia betwa wona efiro what you say ntino say ye pasem no poma sibre a one ye alternative ni wi number 2 ye magana conscious effort obi ambra board ni ehun say babia o man no ekono sabi lit and they say I'm sorry end here 10 years to come 20 years to come ye de be wu akọ ye mababa bebre what you say ntino say ene minim nyansa sene excellency John Dramani Mahama minim nyansa sene mpanfo no but so mu nyina akotena around the table na de beba no ye say sebi won so a wo soldier ni anase police ni e do boko ho no say bo man kana ho ba what you say because nanado ye operation Vanguard Angosiaga later accredited said it was alleged you been for far say the sika nya sika ene na wie na ndi ene se ye ni biem na ye dia ye nyina hu ni se babia o man ne kono ti dia papa Mr. Japan kan no we wa je se what kumase enkan ba wo beto bode efridum na efri grass na eba wo ba ye wa je se sebi wo de e bia enkan wo be ba koto bushmeat na efri grass na eba enti de ye pese ye kan nyina no se ye politics na wie but ye as o man papa ye betumi aka bia kire excellence ni NDC abanye ye se sebi o so or say you better declare state of emergency because you need decision Council of State and Security Council at the baba. You make sure say because and a committee you can answer for us because I'm saying sister fear do na wotuo them and they say I didn't ya can ye na come dey na afede onya afede the baba na say you better to abadi usikedi until no the ever say you can nyina say it's a good thing. But me now so say Ghana for ye nya adwin bi say sebi ade ba ko am ba America mission na say American first is the first one be ya adwin what you say onye America nya hu ne fraga just say na no to nwen no but e go na atimu no me pe me hu nyantem me like I say me pe like as a selfish interest it obi mpo ye bibia onwe and so now, every abakwa dinner so I say nipa thousands of people and what you say?
Mama na Mr. Toku. I think I like the mummy enu nyina mo ye no obi am the formula there by the end of the day mu nyina mo aja tum say yen solve it na do baby a ya politics kakra still ade na high because 2023 pon ye import insuo 11 million by now e be 11.5 million insuo any year and I was sika betimi I was so odi obetimi ato na wan hwe ye ubekwa kopie kro bi
now go bush meat was why she if you na utaka sa was why she
chama yen hwe ade bi kwa na se hwe the rate at which kidney cases those in Ghana the rate at which cancer be Ghana na nti sa na no Konfonochi Dr. Bakoye research been or this statistics into was say over the last 10 years the number of stroke, high blood pressure, kidney, any diabetes, those cases now are shooting more than triple.
If you are dear Bako Cranswa, a dear Bako Cranswa, you're careful, ni say. I say Ghana, we also export in Yanakwa.
Exactly.
They are not careful. Members deal with mechanical video. Nasa and a metro, a better grandma and national disaster. I just don't even want to talk about it.
No, my brother here cocoa a juma for years.
What you say?
Cocoa no, Hershey's by a year friends to Tom. Big companies no moto cocoa Ghana no. Omo babejai. They started winning.
Yeah, because Omo Obiano Obatanasi Amo Bekuni Mao or only my Mao.
Them at home, I'm share information. They've even started. You know what they've done? Oma started the Sikama South America for no. Brazil, Colombia,
in replacement of Yediano. That is how they think.
And to say me, dream of forming
and then for China, Omudo Coco crossing China.
Your son is Canabani.
China, Chinese for say you. And almost as a kama and almost cocoa our China. And almost say Yediano.
Mr. Chairman, me introduction, I can say. There are two categories of people. You have a right to be smart and wise. You have a right to be stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
And those who are smart and wise have a right to use you.
Of course.
Stupid.
Of course.
And it's a China one answer. No, so media means same means you. But what they also best say you can't blame China. You have yourself to blame.
No, you don't have to.
If you want to sell the once importing into 11 million and you still don't get it.
If you are media numerator, Ghana na deal to say if you say fees on bit my because we can do it. It's not something that we cannot do.
You can do it.
We can do it.
Because
ya koji ba ede ba ya maimu e mani nyina san yira kodi di nkofo botom basa no ne ade sebia. We need to be focused and be disciplined in doing this.
When I didn't make Sam George asema me dey intro na me can say niema we mu ne hia. Enye wo DSTV e kun tokwa hu no.
Dabi so no de ono no. Na dwen so otika kase mu nti bibia no. Oh. Ne ka ye ndai hu ye.
Ne ka kase mu momenko.
Nipa ono no oye communication minister kra yi motorcade miansa ne dinanim de ono ne.
Official ne dey amana ene de enye ne fault official. My point is, I see, because President Mahama himself was just 4 years, you know. He was.
No, I was what me making mark. I was what me making mark. So person making mark and pa. So to me, yes, Ejuma we are. You be born it forever. So to me, yeah. The senior president here bold to say, and another year bold to say, what in the presidency better line. Oh, idea we na here kano. Unim adi going to have your munti. I'm telling you, it is going to cost you seriously election time. And politics.
But we must go beyond
the politics.
We must go beyond the
yeah. Politics. And yes, I go be politics.
Does it even make sense to us? Elections in T1 fighting Galamsey.
That is exactly what it is. Yeah, Baba Fris want to send another year to my country and say, I dey call election year now, woman go for hear me out, Chairman. I'm saying that does it even make sense? Elections in T1 fighting Galamsey. It's sad.
If you best say once you now the 11 million no cedis or dollars. I could crazy you. Now we are what's for foreign
now if you always sure say figure no crowd unya ni here because 11 million kitwa bi o unya sure say be 1.1 billion bi na o this was 11 million 11 million is nothing 11 million is nothing compared to say because 11 million
no but my point in say Mr. Tokumu amunti my point in say on my house say be one yansa wo no mon kwan abede na obe say wunsuo now the 11 million dollars akokra nsuo aba.
Now I spend 3 billion.
No, I foreign reserves. No, I they are stabilizing. Now
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No, more human.
Now,
kidney kuma 30 something. 30 something.
But I remember Mukakra. The Ameba say, Chairman, Japan Wakasa.
Mama now as say so what dia tum se makasa because of my Ghana na ho adwuma na nyina nti na me say no ho no me mfa nye politics to say even though I did not open my mouth say me the be politics as I'm mfa nye politics but this is national disaster we have to fight it all of us
ya tina kromia na ya gen say melusu election enti me fight Galamsey sebe na ya gen wofo I am telling you
now nipa ko gina Galamsey na no say yen ye ba ye be momo e design ya wo no kwagubo ahin na ka tense na dwene ho fom you
Jama the Maniland omodi
oh there is a me kama no
oh there be me pese be call because politics na yewie on the initial stages na yewie because right now me mo 100% DDA wo President Mahama no say excellency say obe fight because sister if you say the outcome he has nothing to lose and ade aka ne so beja legacy enti me na bem ade ye me da pa ne ye say ofa lawyer say ana omo kan bi wo ne say omo nyina mra na constitution no ye sacre mu kakra so obetuma sacre constitution mu ama Ghana ye development e be a 40 years development plan ye betumi ama say Galamsey aye achiwade o Ghana I'll be very happy I am telling you this because baby no ma kika kono menye meba kutu asase menye sika metoka mesidan but ochina mewoba enfa no meba betena echina me ma bedidi enfa no bedidi
okay
what you say
if you are kan on me last one Yeah,
my one can say TB.
If you are just 30 seconds. Yeah, can see technology I did reclaim land now. You bet me a sana and I didn't in film no. Oh, you bet me a and the mestre Yamo Muntimin M1 near to Yaman in Frio, Medasi.
Okay. Yo, many anum joy FM I started project B to push President Mahama to stop the galamsey, and that's what they say. Dear Mahama, stop the galamsey.
Asa, I know.
Stop the galamsey. Said Tokuka, the President Mahama has no excuse not to stop the galamsey. He has no excuse. Just go forward and stop the galamsey. Obia Osha obeye osi akwan no anoto nchen wa ban focus and stop the galamsey. Because at the end of the day, when I would do ballots, so now do history books more. When I be jen mgwase, me one maybe obi na aba be pen mgwase ewa ban them. Nti ama man for so join no so share or movies with us on the
if you are any answer about joining the share, but me video no.
Me pacho you. Yo, yes, that's baby. And we already now say be your person cancer no ama me. Mr. David Naba, maybe if you want to increase the lighting in your area so that you can come back. The lighting is not in the meantime.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Patrick is saying.
Yeah, we have the more platform. We have also watch up.
Aye, near to Nkaswache. So who ye?
Na omuye kasa. Omuye kasa no omuka asemba kubia na eyemede. A okra wad mete to that fact and say. Siano companies ni bi outsider. And I say am ni bi on cry. And yema ni bi on my imagine so omuntu bi e no correct. Looking at the amount content, some chemicals be very harmful. Or maybe any one ma bako or Casimiro or say American facts. Or maybe any one ma or didn't human resource. And I send him out for about 2 AJJ. He value humans because a Nipani Edomo build systems, Nipani Edomo build structures, Nipani Edomo Yama be. It is a what now honor say Obin Fabi be born in free my sombra. No fambe say o man for dia na say wan kasa na wo bo man eno ano na me hwe me committee.
Hello, Richard. Oh, Richard. Okay, Richard, they're in a freezing tea. David, let me come back to you. I'll go back to Richard when his system stabilizes. Good evening and welcome. Hello, David. Okay. I think your microphone was off. So, go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you. I was saying good evening and thank you for the opportunity once again.
Good evening.
I just because I don't know whether your panelists have gone because I want to ask them one question.
There's one of them who is still there, but the other one is gone. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you see, when somebody says that we have reserves of $8 billion, where is the money? Where you see when you say you have reserve 8 billion, it's not like there's a money in the bank. You see, because when if for example, if you are keeping your gold in international reserves, it's not that it's money. If you go and take that gold out,
no, but this one is not international. This is money that was at the Bank of Ghana. This is Bank of Ghana specific. So this is
something like that. No, there is if you look at all, because unless you are saying that you have kept the money in the consolidated fund, in the sinking fund, or in a particular fund, you see, you cannot say, for example.
I don't understand. So your point is the money that was used to stabilize the city was a hoax. That's what you're saying.
No. You see, when you say the money that was used to stabilize the city, for example, if Bank of Ghana decides to buy dollars, let's say they have used $500 million to buy, let's say, to pump into the system for people to be able to have access to the dollars, and then the money comes down. It doesn't mean that you have gone into your reserves. You see, unless you have the idea that there's a money kept somewhere.
Okay, so what the economists are telling us, because this information I got is from the economists, so they are lying. I don't understand your point. But the only information about the reserve came because of the stabilization of the city.
No, Vim, I'm not saying they are lying. What I'm saying is that, you see, we are all learning. If someone says that there's a $8 billion If Ghana is having $8 billion, why will we be going to IMF for 300 million Ghana cedis? $1 million.
But that comes back to your point. It's not liquid money that is sitting there.
Fantastic. That's what I like.
We agree on that point. So your point is
so because it's not liquid money, you cannot. You see, panelists cannot be using the reference like, oh, the money is there. You use that one. You can use it to stabilize this. You can use the money is there. That's the one they are using to do this. It's not like the money. That's what I'm trying to put across. Now, the next thing is people are talking about, oh, the state of emergency. Me, I started this thing last week or some days back that, Vim, you see, if you say you declare a state of emergency, what are you trying to achieve? Like, what's the aim of it? The aim is you want to make sure that you map out the Galamsey areas so that the areas that are there, police, military, army, and what have you, people will go there and chase people out and take over those areas, isn't it? So you are going to make sure that the Galamsey in those areas are stopped. The question you have to ask is that a state of emergency is a law on its own. Now, you cannot declare a state of emergency for some time period. So let's say the president can declare a state of emergency for 10 days. After the 10 days, what happens? When after that state of emergency, people have gone back, like the police, the military, they have gone back to their bases. What happened? People will go back to the place. That's the reason why, you see, when Akufo-Addo was using of the vanguards and all those people to make sure that they go into the Galamsey areas to wipe the people out, it's the same thing like state of emergency. It's just that he didn't put it into law. The people have gone into the place to chase away Galamseyers. When they leave, the people.
So you're saying that even the state of the emergency is not the solution. So what is
it's not a solution? You see, the best way is number one, you have to make sure that you determine where this whole gold issue is.
We already know that.
Okay, if they have mapped them out, if they have mapped those things out, then you declare those areas security zones. You see, if you declare them security zones, then you now establish permanent military bases in those places. So security, just like the forest reserves, it was very, very difficult for somebody to go into the forest to even hunt for animals. Because people, the forestry commission guys and what have you, if they get you inside there, they might even kill you. But we came to a particular point in time where in 2022, a bill was laid in Parliament, giving the president the opportunity to grant people the opportunity to enter into the forest to mine. The forests that have been there, that then you have forestry commission protecting it. People have leases inside there. So now that's what made the whole thing so rampant. So if we want to stop it, number one, either you have to revisit some of those leases, make sure that you don't give out any new concessions to people to enter into the forest. That's the first thing. Then the people who have had the lease, the concessions in there, the one they gave the license to earlier, and they were mining inside there, they should go and check when they gave them those licenses and they were mining, were they reclaiming the land? If they are not doing it, you have to arrest them.
Okay.
And then the last thing I want to say is that you
make
see,
it 30 seconds because we have
30 seconds. It's not just about the ending of Galamsey. You have to also start the cleansing method. That's the reason why I like that forum when they had the forum, and then they brought the EPA bosses there, and they were talking about the nanotech technology. Because you have to start purifying the water as you are trying to fight Galamsey. The water is contaminated. People are not getting drinking water. What do? You have to make sure that you provide solutions, immediate solutions, while you also aim for the long-term way of ending it. So the woman was saying, if I get about $200,000, I can be able to.
I think they said 200 million. No, she didn't say 200,000. That's too small.
Okay, so
200 million.
Because the $200,000 is what I saw on Joy, somewhere like that.
200 million. I think it's 200 million. I read. Yeah.
Yes, because on the probe, they kept $200,000 there. I was confused. So $200 million. If she gets it, she will start cleansing the lakes. If that can work, because this thing it has happened in some countries. It has happened in India. It has happened in Greece. It has even in the United States. In many countries, they have used nanotechnology to start cleansing the lake. Let's start from there so that people can start getting drinking water.
You see,
While
David, maybe in Ghana, the issue is not about saying they can't start, or the issue is political will. We can do it, but we don't have the political will to do it. So everybody has an interest. That's the
okay,
problem.
then that means
But
we'll
let me
keep
go to
talking.
Bradley.
Come there. All right.
Good evening.
Stefia, good evening. Pacho na want to say.
Adumaya Kausoe.
Nyame adom pacho mo ye pa.
Good.
Pacho de me kan nyina ne say. Enema ensem ni bi won ma me de bia me ba platform so a me try say me champion ne say ye nyina no you should fight a national cause. Ade a ye kanka e menace a e ma oman into empon no regardless of our political colors. Say e ka say be politicize bibia Stefia. This galamsey fight generation will go, generation will come, and it's going to be the same as it is. Because galamsey, you know, and then never start you. As of 2012, 2010, Professor Mills air fighting galamsey. I transcended down to this time. And you know, I am who say omo politicizing na I am a hamikakra because saying no yan fast animal na to nchen na yan kan ho ambom as a nation. You say we are building a nation. We are not building political parties. Yen yan for political affiliations to nchen regardless of who is in power, who is not in power. Collective ideas and collective decisions. Yen na yan fight it. A man in free on. Steph, you haven't said David E. Casano. Now he was trying to chip something in about the reserves. I didn't intend the reserves to sustain the economy. Into reserves no and yet say a sicana dahono, but resource no on the man like a mezano in the quantum of the equity. I mean sika. Yeah. It is a Steph Yaman say, oh be we ebia 80,000 tons of gold. Now we equity. Next ebia Yaman say be $500 million. That's a escano. Because of say open say stabilize it. Usikenti no okofa saa sika ni bi e di behema reserves na don say eso na ete whereas that same money na betimi e di atua nurses ni bi ka e betimi de aye enoma ebema national development into no omoba na mo kan asem na they should.
I think not David point is because any liquid cash in the more be and cafe bet me the two nika.
Stefia e then defining liquidity untimi I just obi a untimi embeka say and then resource na dey go no resource, what's the essence of it? Yet be jewelry at you kuma na say the bedding, especially gold no. Then how do we define say like or mine or natural like any natural your resources are go on. Ni nyina ye enioma ye dey sustain our economy. Should in case BBC ya betimi afa e dey equate into money in its liquid form e betimi access it. You obi anka say sika ya tam dia to the but omo ka say resource na on the yakofo afri mu no who equate to in terms of monetary ya sika say ana mo ayden mo yi dia akwa yesi e be ma de o ne so ate. And lastly, the Milemanu sister here. President Mahama, in 4 years, we know. Only any excuse, only any reason to fail Ghanaians. You know why? As I'm talking to you now, if my records are okay and right, President Mahama is the most experienced politician in Ghana right now because he's been through the ranks. I know they do baby I would do no. And to say and you may be a no. Or no, he should just focus on what he can do for Ghana to leave a good and a better legacy for himself. Because at the end of the day, when he's not in power, only dine bebo, oja dimbonia, only dine bebo, oja dim papa soa, only dine bebo. And regardless of baby or free burning no, he should make it. His viewpoint say. Adebi ayembo omaino, ade omaino, ebe konechi no. Ono de ono oko, he has nothing to lose. On sanitize the system. Ubia or share oma or mining koso se galamsey for anyway no yen sanitize system stuff yeah
Yo.
right
David, you
after
are brave
COVID.
na uni actually enkasa.
But you are right after COVID. Let me tell almost now almost COVID one sem near the other. If you say United Kingdom was say only say ammonia recover after COVID no like ammonia recover fully.
The same thing almost
We
like
are we are
anymore.
yes we are struggling because they say you cry no say open hospital appointment GP appointment and say Ghana oh yeah they are also they are now America they say pay as you go into no usika na but I had the end there ubuki appointment ubenya appointment bear from 2 weeks to 3 weeks going. And one thing is about driving license over your license more backlogs ama they say no unya date crampona ukasi ukubuki akwa your test which course no mti the COVID ne there yen nyina ya accept say e buy no aba be high enye obi na de buy misfortune ebi folly like we are seeing na into say the impact of COVID no was massive and affect obi economy you see a jutum any can say you play politics with it but you me that's it.
Because you know what? Chidi Mpacho, welcome back. Where you need to call you?
We come with this, so I will network issues.
Sorry.
So can all carry and I say, you baby.
I'm sure. Okay.
You see your talk. Me shall say if you baby say, you come and we say, you know, every issue has been politicized. Every issue has been politicized. You see, the reason why the politician will always struggle to fight Galam say, the political will. Time I meet MPP UK chairman or can simply say they fear to lose power. And it's something an African politician who threaten is say, men to Obama, he will back off, he or she will back off everything at oil. Oba Kumasi and
I didn't cry at the papa or Bejai.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, so now organ Oba Kumasi a moment to take one on. They do election, they won't see two as a 2 million bomb or ya meant to mouth. So indirectly, you know, politician or emre. And if we want to truly fight our galamsey, we must first have the political rule. 2, then put aside the political differences. And at 3, some runner and ma quine ma for bora forest him say or moon come and mining or honor. You say I didn't feel any chin. And my I was say I did bet you crown and not age in the quarter parliament say you became. Because if people are still mining in the forest, I mean say yeah, my license in NJ. And based on more records, say man for be are mining in the forest. And I use you need to if you forest no heading eba. It is a man for mining at the source that because the water is life. A man for mining at the source of life. Adia my enkwa. Adia chin as a manya be anuma meeting you. That's a man for poison at the end and I say yen can't wash ya. I don't get it because now we can say a factual. Companies are almost your product ni Ghana hand saying right now no omujai. Some are investing in Ecuador because of many weather and some similarities.
Yeah.
Bit me hold some of your product ni bia you do our hand say now you exporting a raw. You need factories were we are exporting a raw and the kakra na yes saying no. Because okay, kidney issues ni liver are very, very common in Ghana. And I would trace here away near you know. Now me news for me say me news for na EPA boss no bane kase decemicalizing the inner all can. I ask myself say is it sustainable? Idea because say you no we chemicalize here still no the problem no now solve here a waste of money because say they be making you any na me boka say yeah we need be be abofuna smart to the extent say omo fine ho e crew any resources near saying on obeto wade no but who's one say no usika no say the bible to news to so at the end of the day who lose it is you that you are losing because okoye adwumahuna mana fa usika e ko President Mahama baby o do no a legacy time e wiase no me say ono ne mampanya yakopon hira no e wiase because for you to have another opportunity to come back and correct your errors it doesn't mean say you have no reason to fail. Ghanaians are looking up to you. Ghanaians are counting on you. Say, this can other as what check for ages, you know, over resolving and over solving once and for all. Oh, quite a bare legacy, because if you fail, I don't think say there will be a president or Beka say I'm having the political will to fight it, because the resounding victory Ghanaians demand means say they trust you on certain issues because you are an experienced politician and you have no reason. What you also in declare state of emergencies is here, no problem. But what you are looking at, they say the end game. They say, yeah, Galam say now you can want some be jai. This year I know the gold border, but yes, also source near small scale mining. But you will say that if you on muto free, you admitted it in your presence. Say whether legal or illegal, no, it is our good. Of which said that statement was wrong though. But whether legal, you have legal means a bit media to sign your man. Let's use that process rather than say they be a bequaba. Okay, you see, an omomuti and class now. My life is at risk because brim near you soon they be an almost sorry or mocono. Omunian is a view. Onusu ni scanner, Minumi and Tianu see.
Water.
Onya be Oboron cry now, Chinuko Numbi. Onya be so nom that. Oh, if we are risking those almost when I info adding me any me you. So you almost consistent saying so the Kugusu at the mercy and I don't know. Can't you
In fact, either Wednesday and now the way by program because I have information I can say. Cocoa every year beyond him there, yes, I syndicated capital. No, yenim cocoa a becha, ye better
yes,
afemono. Into your desire projections to come out, bro. Into your supply cocoa beans no crano. Now, bro, for the Kaya Mayesika. And I am moving cocoa syndicated. I finished so can bro for Mayesika in exchange, say, yeah, the cocoa and back of Mom, nobody attacker. Wouldn't him say, yeah, Omuma Yesika, cocoa now was a supply, no, yen to me supply the gun because of Galam say.
Yes,
The last year, wouldn't matter to ye. Sikana bro for the so of my yak or catch a bro for so Mumma is getting in a bulk 100%. And I brought for that. They be a Mamusicano. I brought for this, they be a Mamusicano. One, but now I'm a galam saying affect Mukoko into cocoa. No, yes, but one, yes, I can. Therefore, catch a bro for the say, Omoma, Omo, abroche banks, no. And more interest. Now, I'm Magana Gamesicano more. Bank and is a money.
Now, me cramming it.
Let's the view, and sample, me see, as Ghana government, who is seriousness.
They don't see the agents. They don't see it as an emergency.
We see next week. Me was information and next week get the best program.
Oh,
I'm bro for who nyansa no mo say no Ghana for the way Ghana say ne affect omu cocoa no. One here I'm the sign that cocoa ni be bre abrocha me and mama yes nya cancer no.
Na say
omo kofa Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador,
Venezuela.
Omo dua cocoa ni bi. And omo manage omo say in the next 10 years omo jai Ghana ni Cote d'Ivoire cocoa no to. Now we want baba world lead ya june ye coins ye musa
me suma Ghana for no mo Ghana mo beto Ghana yam mo de kwa abrochi ni bedu be budu airport kwa na ha onyom nyina ne beka cho se kotugu.
Oh yeah, because I'm testing them say chemicals on be beka se tugu.
Tugu mo ba ha mo beto adwene ne ayi na obo on mo ti abrochi beka obi na me ti abrochi enfa mo ho.
No, na Nana, Richard, I don't put the young kitten, me patch the big buyers no more abroach, you know.
Yeah,
near markets here, even vegetables here at Tosudia, you talk, buy it. For many years, Ghana, you buy it and you Obeka brooch store, Mexico, you say Ghana yam. Proudly.
Even plantain,
Ghana yam, Ghana coconut, Gami who be crying, I'm so me feeling good. A bear can come on to
or try it
because chemicals are calling in them.
When I report
and you see only can import no. You
when I report to say this is the amount of chemicals in our water, Brunino so on what I say. When we say this is the amount of chemical in your water, and also Namudu no by us in all my top and what this issue no as a make I don't know how to even discuss it anymore because where it has gotten to know, Obia life is at risk here in Ghana because you don't know the next moment. If you cry, a time will come, crown about affecting for as I say, affecting fertility. About who no be sir any one. So we are so when any and few on ma a time will come. I say about being normal, my best say they were drug cartels not take over Colombia near in a because and then
now they also say a bear I drew away. And you know, you have so just one cobra on Busia now. And you
don't
can what to
know about Kim Kotoko, Deputy CEO of Forestry, you know, on enjoy or say some of the campaigns, say campaigns, you know, when they are employing people, they make them swear on blood oaths. Say they will never expose any secret. And secret. That's how the cartels work.
Yo.
When or for you man, swear in case say you have to protect, you know, you don't have to sell out, and that's where it has gotten to. And then the chairman do say, yeah, it will be very difficult to fight this menace. This is
Yo, mamina say actually because Ghana no ye mfa na be serious. And I go say jenim kan say even abroad from mo be friend traceability. Into ye to gold and I to cocoa omu tumi trace say we ye dua no galam say area no be rejected. Na cocoa ade so they've been fighting with us for a long time say ombe ban ye because ye cocoa no is contaminated by galamsey process. Inti yeah was say careful beyond ye sika e no. Also the issue say we are not seeing the seriousness of it, but say they make a next nyampa you better us as we so neafa nti mini anom joy for campaign I support it fully. I project kesi na omode ba na em say documentary and then to follow by this dear President Mahama stop the galamsey. Nti pressure na yede ma President Kufuor the same thing yede ma President Mahama because Kufuor de okoya pam no but na waba nti stop the galamsey. Enye bibi foforo bia stop the galamsey, simple and short. Stop the galamsey. Ebusha for beto aso asida kese nkama production team nemisa Kojo Hansen na ansa DOP edi wedi akon wa oba aso bia so thank you so much. Yankopon ya adoma Wednesday ye beto aso ye be me vim lady. Good night.